Well, hello, Cooterville. Welcome back. Round 2 we do today in the same day. Happy hump day. What's up? Hope you guys enjoyed the tunes. I dedicate that one to BJ and Craig. Thank you guys for joining at the short notice. Hey, Kels. Hey, Olip. What's crapping in, Cooters? Yeah, the tunes are always fun. You know, I always did them at the end and then included them in the beginning, and I'm like, that's even more pumped. Because, like, I used to listen to music, like, before I streamed, and I would share it in my community tab. I'm like, play them in the beginning, yeah. Isn't that crazy, Snowflakes? You began your day with me, and you're going to end your day with me. Thanks for being here. Hey, Gary, welcome back. Oh my. So we went over the goodness of last night, right? So we're waiting. What's up, Sparkling? Hey, Katie. But I did find an oldie but goodie that we can go over tonight that I've had in my back pocket for a minute. Support. Oh, Lucia, thank you for 10 months. Lucia, you're so cute. Thank you for your support. Yeah, that was when music was good, right? That shit was popular when I was in school. Because I'm 50. You were in the bushes in meetings. Boo. Thank you for listening, Kels. Young Wheezy, what's up? Jana Marie, welcome to Cooterville.
Y'all welcome to Cooterville. Come on in and remember, close your legs.
Welcome in, welcome in. Remember to close your legs. We are by the lake tonight. We've got a little bonfire going. I need to get like a little bonfire background for our night streams. Hey, Sarah. Hey, Lori. Lori Fax, are you the one that made all the Garbage Pail Kids? Is that you? Lori Fax, not feelings? If it is, amazing. What's up, LA? What's up, Luna Girl, Sin Russo, just me D? What's up, B Team? B Tim, close your legs. You're officially in Cooterville. Yes, that was you. Okay. Hey, Lee the Bee. You did amazing. Did you guys see them all? I'm sure you've seen them all by now. You're welcome. I love them too. Did you guys? I didn't get the one that Cletus made of me, but I did see and save the one he made of Granny, which is funny as fuck. Clue, do you mind if I show it? Or would you rather I didn't? Is she still here? If she's not here, she'll never know the difference. Shh, don't tell her. It's funny as hell. If you remember Granny's little demonstration of her mop feet, check this out. Look at the G-Dubs Garbage Pail Kids. This is my favorite by far. She said, yeah, show it. It's so fucking funny. Like the feet do it. Granny mops. I love it. She she needs to sell those things. I did, Bunny. I slept this afternoon for a little bit. She needs an affiliate link, man. She is too much. She's so funny. See, we have fun over here on the dark side, don't we? Dude, Sarah, I thought you said you were heading to the subway. I'm like, where is there a subway in Orlando? Cooters in the morning and Cooters in the evening. Cooters all day long. She needs an affiliate link for reals. Bitter tea. I'm going to need you to rub some aloe on me. You let me get burned at the pool today. Damn you. I don't know if I want to rub any aloe on you, honey, but I'll give you some aloe. I got some fresh aloe plants. They're on Temu. Aussie, look at Aussie's picture. Her dog has a tinfoil hat. That's all I will eat at Subway are the veggie subs. I won't eat. I don't like cold cuts. Like I'm really particular about my cold cuts. Hey, Kramit. Hey, Sophia. Hey, Trix. Hey, Sony. I'm really, hey, Vibe. I'm seriously, I sent it to her. She was mad she had a fupa. She's got a little bit of a fupa. But all Garbage Pail Kids do. I said, look, I said, all of them are chunky and have big hands. Yeah, cold cuts, I'm a snob, like, about cold cuts. I can't. Like, I can't buy the, mm-mm. I have to have it sliced from the big chunk at the deli counter, or I can't eat it. I can't eat the stuff that's prepackaged. She is, Lee. Oh my God, reality wins. Mama Michelle, 9 months. You just had a baby here in Cooterville. Congratulations. The feet are. I know. How can you even notice the fupa? Oh, they do. They slice it fresh. Yeah, I don't like it pre-sliced. And I don't eat cold cuts very often, so you can go pick up your playpen at the chamber in the morning. No babies. I'm about to be 53. We have a daycare. BJ runs it. Hey, the Cooterville daycare, BJ runs it. Leave your little baby cooters at your own risk. Hey, dirty Diana. Look at all these lovely ladies in their 50s. What's Kramit's new song? Kramit, do you have a new one? My kids will never go near daycare. Alabama mama and her 10 kids. I know, bitter tea. I'll give you some aloe on your back. Don't worry. Good evening, Danny. You'll be 51 in August? Tits says, thankfully, my youngest is 11. No need for daycare. Get yesterday's? Okay, cram it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's start it out with. Looks like BJ's going to start with some Wednesday wisdom tonight. We'll tune in shortly. 5 months. My cooters will not be going to BJ. Oh, come on now. They're all still alive. That's a bonus. Cram it. Okay. Let me see. Let's see here. When I pull up Cram It, Panties for Prison comes up first. That was your ode to Betty, I think. We've got Brittany J. Do you know what hypocrite means? That one? That's 6 hours ago. We have YouTube famous. Cyanide Craig. How about the hypocrite one? This one?
Look, I got it stacked for court. Check this out. I love Google Earth. I love it. So the one thing you can always like that sticks out to me like a sore thumb with Sebastian's neighborhood is it's like a half of a trident, right? Look.
Trident.
It's a half of a trident. See it?
What's that mean?
You know?
It's a big ass neighborhood.
So yeah, it's beautiful too. You see how populated it is, right? So Craig, just looking from the sky view.
Even the other neighborhood.
Oh, this isn't a song.
Because we need to have that.
It's more prominent
Just
than
looking
theirs.
from the sky view,
Which
right?
song, Kramer?
Look at all those houses. You mean to tell me not one person, not one house picked
Sing that
Sebastian
baby
up
walk.
walking away? If he walked away, right? Now, Chris and
Not one ring camera.
nope. And Chris and Katie,
No
they
Amazon cameras.
nope. They reported him as a runaway too.
No Google camera.
Nope. Check this out. This is the house.
Now, are they close to a prominent city or what?
Wait a minute. Check out the houses in that neighborhood.
That's her house.
Beautiful. Beautiful neighborhood.
Kramit
But
has.
here's the home. This is the home. Wait a minute.
They're all about the same, aren't they?
If I can get it. Why is it not? Here we go. There it is. That's the home.
Those are creepy neighborhoods for me. When you know what you know.
Oh my God. I just noticed that Kramit has her house on the right. Thank you, Aussie Trisha, for your super chat. Turned 70 in January. Well, happy 70th, girl. Eldest girl was 50 in March, 4 boys in their 40s, and my baby girl's 37 in July. Gonna be a great grandma in July. Very blessed. You are. That's amazing, Aussie Trisha. What a nice little family. Yeah, isn't a trident like a pitchfork? Yeah, it's one of those 3-pronged pitchforks. It's a pitchfork. Lord. Okay, Kramit, let me go back. All right, here's Kramit's latest. It's called YouTube Famous, starring Kim and Take a Bite Out of Crafton.
It sounds like Silence of the Lambs or something.
Crafton Barnes has 14 stitches on the outside of his face and even more on the inside of his mouth after this man bit a chunk out of his face.
We started wrestling, and that's when he lunged at me and just bit this huge chunk out of my cheek.
Barnes, who works security at a Cooper Young recording studio, said he came across Cortland Northcross when he knocked on the building asking for a place to stay.
Yeah,
I saw a little bit of it on Clues.
we're gonna be big stars one day. Crafton and Kim taking you two by the face. No more silence, no more shame.
Kim, she
Just
looks all evil.
dramatizing internet fame. Stream from the heart, spill all the tea. We'll be legends, baby, just wait and see. They'll clip our fights, they'll tweet our names. We're not toxic, we're just playing the game.
I can't.
Crafton packed his bags real light. Kim said, leave the past behind tonight. She scribbled that note with a twisted grin. Said, thanks for the man, bitch, he belongs to me. They drove cross country, the engine screamed. Living off gas station snacks and broken YouTube dreams. Left his wife with nothing but that goodbye, and a half-assed note that made her cry.
We're big stars now in our own damn heads, living on live streams in unmade beds. They know Kim for screaming like that bitch, reality wins. Crafting for lies in his cheek that became a burglar snack. He's got stitches, she's got demon eyes. We broke the rules, burned down the map, but we ain't famous, we're just full of crap. Still we ride, still we play, 'cause big stars are just one click away.
Sherry.
Crafton got jumped on the graveyard shift. Some crackhead gave his cheek a lift. Bit a chunk out, left a scar so raw. GoFundMe went up, it broke the law. Kim started screeching about fame and fate. Launched a channel with her wild debate. Life in the red, Kim drama on repeat. With a voice so loud, reality wins even amidst defeat.
Reality wins.
We were here before the rest, Kim cried. Before Clue, before the Cletus. But girl, no one asked, no one cared. You're just two clowns with screens to share.
Crafton's flecks and scars like war tattoos. While Kim's on snoozy poos panel yelling fake drama about Clue and Queen. Internet fame in a Dollar Tree crown. They ain't going viral, just going down. Big stars, just ask us twice. Legends of petty, drama and vice. Living off pity and messy chats. Getting roasted while feeding the rats. Crafton's got nerve, Kim's got no chill. Running on delusion and unpaid bills. They dream, they stream, they fake, they pray. Big stars, baby, just one lie away. There. So cue the lights and roll the tape. The YouTube fame they try to fake. One left a wife, the other left grace. Now they just rage, stream in cyberspace.
But hey, who needs morals or a plan? When you've got Wi-Fi, ego, and a man with half a face.
Kramit. Thanks for listening and staying awake. You outdid yourself on that one. That one is great. So if you're not aware, Kim and Crafton are two people that were kicked off YouTube. They're vile. They're vile to everyone they come in contact with. This is Crafton right here. He's been in jail several times for DV. He's just not a good person overall. Not a good person. He comes on YouTube. He trolls. He's absolutely awful. Yeah, if you've never heard of him, you're not missing anything, but his wife goes on BJ's panel and runs her trap. She's the one that might hurt your ears when she talks. Yes, he takes down channels. They make second channels. They put people. Okay, so this is what they do, you guys. This is what these fuckers did. And we did need this years ago. We needed this years ago for them. They would make a second account on YouTube. They would take people's content, upload it, and then report the original person for reuse content. That's what they would do. These people are skeezy. They're sleazy. They're sneaky. They're not friends of anyone. Anyone that they come into contact with that even remotely befriends them, they screw over. And they're sub-poaching from BJ. Because Crafton sits on somebody else's panel while Kim sits on BJ's panel. And that's a fact, Jack. Well, now that, listen, they got NC's channel terminated. That's where he sits every night, is on Cooper's channel. And now they're friends with Lana again. Mm-hmm. Yep. And they had their ins and outs with her too. Horrible. Just horrible track records. Run the other way. They're not even worth it. I guess, Shell, that's what I heard. That Crafton's up on her panel at the same time that Kim is on Brittany's. It is strictly dickly. You really gotta be nitpicky on here, on who you trust, who you listen to, and where you get your information from. The Lana connection, they're friends with her. I don't know. They talk offline. So, yeah, Sophia. Right, so they're like sub-poaching at the same time. 2 for 1, if you will. Who would even think of that, right? Who thinks that way? It's crazy. Oh, that's right. So, yeah, with Lana and Crafton's ex, her name was Sarah. So Kim went and picked up Crafton from, yeah, he made videos about me too. And then we became friendly after he made videos about me. Like, they apologized or whatever. And we became a little, like, friendly a little bit. And then I just I backed off. I don't. They're fuckers, man. Yeah, it was before your time. Thank your lucky stars. Aren't they the ones who originally found and exposed Craig's videos? Yep. Yes. Yes. I wasn't around for that. I didn't pay attention to them that much, but they did do that. Yeah, I can't stand Kim. Oh, she's vile. She is a vile, vile person. But anyway, so what happened was Kim went and picked up Crafton. He left his wife. He left a note. They said they were going to be YouTube famous. Oh, God, Autumn, that was a fucking shit show. And then Lana becomes friends with Crafton's ex-wife, Sarah, gets a laptop of Crafton's, finds shit on it, like weird prawn. There you go. I identify right there. Lana bought his laptop and chair and found crazy weird pee on it. And then all of a sudden, Kim and Crafton were friends with Lana again. Interesting. He did. Yep. No lies. Thank you, Regina, for your super chat. They sound like BJ's kind of people, just saying. Like another T-Rev and Michaela. Pretty much. It's some sick shit, man. You gotta be, he perjured himself for Lana. I don't even know about that. I just know they're a hot mess. So Strictly Dickly, Lana actually sued me in her Ohio court back in, I think it was 2022. And she did it so she could put as exhibitees all of my personal texts with her. And then she sent me, like she served me via, tried to sue me. Yeah, she tried. Then she sent me the subpoena, right? Yeah, for discovery. And then told everybody, I'm suing Jay, so everybody could go read the messages. So then she sends me the summons or whatever via USPS priority mail, and the return address says your daddy. I'm like, okay. Didn't even open it, wrote return to sender, and sent it back. But the only reason she did it, because she would have had to file in my jurisdiction, which is Florida. She did it so that she could share all of our private messages together. She did, yeah, Melissa Jade, that's all on video, Alabama. Yes, that's her. She's very vile. She fucked with the girl from Unmasked. What's her name? Vanessa. Remember her and Vanessa got a lawyer? Do you guys remember that? Yep, she tried to sue Breaking Chains also. Yeah, there is, Bams. You got to be careful. She was totally obsessed with Vanessa. I think she was in love with Vanessa. Lana has a lifetime PO. Yeah, she's crazy, y'all. Woo, we learned some lessons the hard way, don't we? Well, good for Vanessa. Is Vanessa still around? Vanessa was not lovely to me. Vanessa is in Sinners now. Well, Vanessa and Crafton had a little something going on too behind the scenes. I'm just saying. There was something going on between, remember Pineapple? Do you remember that? I remember that. I think Kim actually found some private messages or something. Didn't that happen? Yeah, weren't they talking and he was flirting with her? Potato. I feel like there was like messages or something, and Kim got mad. Nina. I don't know who Nina is. I don't know Nina. No, see, I don't even know Nina. Something happened with Vanessa. I don't think Vanessa was all about him. I think he was about Vanessa. I don't know who Nina is. Well, she wasn't very kind to me, her and her people. They actually, do you want to know what Unmasked and her people did? Lana put my personal Facebook messages on YouTube with my name and pic. She's horrible. See? Hey, Rakin. Vanessa, is that the one that's friends with MJ? I don't know who she's friends with. This is years and years ago. Her channel name was Unmasked. But she wasn't very kind to me. She didn't like me. She saw me as competition. When I lost a couple of moderators, one of them was dating the killer Drew Peterson's son at the time, my ex-mod. And they literally got me kicked off Dateline by telling them that I was homophobic and racist. I filmed for 2 days for Dateline on the Drew Peterson case. And Vanessa and Melissa B. Yeah, you know who you are, you bitches. She had Drew Peterson's son email Dateline and tell them that I was a racist, that I'm a homophobic, and they took my segment out of the show. Yep, they sure did. That would have been my second appearance on Dateline. Not this Melissa B. No, not you. Right. It's horrible. They literally fuck with your livelihood, your personal life, and everything. It was horrible. The producer called me. It was absolutely awful. They took messages from Messenger, took them out of context, sent it over. I know, Rakin. I wish I would have acted on it. I really do. I wish I would have done something about it. But I interviewed Drew Peterson's son for my podcast, and my moderator started dating him. Then we parted ways, and when we parted ways, they asked, see what happened was Dateline was like, we asked Drew Peterson's son to be on the show, and he declined. So that's how they had the producers thing. I didn't announce that I was going to be on Dateline until the Friday before. And they totally, within 3 days, on Sunday, the producer was calling me. So congratulations, Vanessa. Congratulations, Melissa B. Not this Melissa B. But yeah, it was horrible. It was absolutely crushing, if I'm being honest. I know. Wow. It was absolutely fucking crushing. So fuck all these people. You know, I don't sit here and whine about it every day, but they have fucked with my real life in more ways than one over the years, you know? So they all can fuck directly off. They all can fuck directly off. Peterson's son was always sus to me, and I think he knew more about his dad. Yeah, he held the guns and money and shit. I saw he's got a new one, Heather Bratt. Good news, Jay. Karma stepped in. They're no longer together, and he moved on to a prettier lady. One with less baggage. One that's not hooked on pills, probably. Just saying. Oh, man. Anyways, people they could just be assholes, dude. Yeah, I know. That's why it was so ridiculous. I was like, y'all can go back and play my videos. Like, I never talk about that kind of stuff. That's not even my content. And then it went to the higher up, and they said it was too risky because Drew's son was coming at him with it. So fuck you. What's his name? Not Drew, but what's the fucking son's name? Steve Peterson. And then Unmasked and that Vanessa, they all went live with Melissa B, the Peterson guy, and fucking Vanessa, all on their Patreon, laughing about how I got kicked off Dateline. So, fuck them all. Father Snuffles, fuck him too. He's another piece of shit. All those people, weirdos, man. Ugh, Sarah. I have stories for days. Stories for days. It's been since 2018 for me. It's nuts. There's shitbag after shitbag after shitbag, and not you, Vanessa. Nope, not you. Right, Lana loves Boston, or Boston loves... What the fuck is that? Is he still around, that Snuffles guy? I just can't. Hey, Cellar Door. You guys have taken me way back. Oh, we're live. Look at that. We're live. Okay, let's put her on hold, please. This is my surprise for you guys. Let's move off from that. Fuck those people, right? Fuck them people. What was the reason for doing that? Jealousy, Mrs. America. Jealousy that I got on the show and they didn't. I don't know. Even though the Melissa B bitch, I took her with me to New York City to go on Dateline the first time. I just can't, dude. People have no loyalty. They have no integrity. And they're just assholes. No reason. Hey, Boston used to be all over Zab's stuff too. I know. Now we have Cooterville, Pearl. Like, fuck them. They're in the dust. They're in the dust of the Cooterdeville, if I do say so myself. Let's leave them in the dust of the Cooterdeville. Where is our Cooterdeville? My Cooterdeville got waxed today, by the way.
A cooter DeVille. I think the devil drives a cooter DeVille. I saw the dreadlocks over the hill. Not against her will. I got time to kill. Way down in Cootersville. Okay.
What's for dinner? Clue. What's for the anniversary dinner? Okay, so I thought we could start out with some old TikTok Tony. This is... Oh, Kramit, you don't need to be sorry. I love talking about shit. I don't mind. I don't mind sharing the stories. You know what? If it helps someone avoid one of these motherfuckers in the future, I am all for sharing my stories. Trust me. I'm not one to go live like Beej and be like, oh, they did this to me. You know, if it comes up, I definitely will share my experience with any of these motherfuckers on this platform and be honest about it. I want the fried chicken. Fuck the low carb burrito. Blech. No way. Give me the fried chicken. Yeah, no problem. I mean, fucking ask away. I don't mind at all. Okay, go lay down, Shell. All right, let's listen to TikTok Tony. This is from June 2nd. This is a little random find. This is TikTok, June 2nd, 2024. Beef and cheese. I'll take the fried chicken still.
Know that you have an initial witness list.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, if things aren't going your way, you start throwing up Hail Marys, and there's a lot of people that get added to that list.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And that's what I was going to say that to you, Tony, earlier when you brought up the witness list. Yeah, during discovery, like I said, you're going to bring up an initial witness list, potential witnesses. Now, can you always add? Yeah. A lot of times are key witnesses and expert
These
witnesses
fucking doofuses he had on his panel.
that you add on later. Could Sebastian be considered a key? Yeah, absolutely. Now, you can throw him on there if you need to.
Well, and maybe out of respect for Seth, or whoever.
Yes.
Nina would have left Sebastian off that list because she didn't want to drag another child through that. But if it got to the point that she was going if she got to the point where she's going to lose custody of Faith, then all of a sudden she's ready to throw up the Hail Marys.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
This Delta guy is not a lawyer. He said he was a lawyer, so it's Delta K Jen, Sebastian's Army, which is TikTok Tony, Shane with his AI pick, and Kayla Ray. Kayla Ray has allegedly separated from the green team. She's been on the panel here. She's told her story. That's Kayla Ray. This is June 2nd, 2024.
Well, then again, guys, this is a theory. This is a theory of mine and Delta's.
Yeah. Do not run with this, okay? Do not run with this.
Yeah.
This is just a theory. Just because Tony's in here and talking about it too does not make this legit. This is just a theory.
And understand, Tony.
I don't know. These are the two clowns he always had on his panel. Yeah, this is about a year ago. Mm-hmm. So this Shane, I think, parted ways as well. Like when he was asked to like dig into people, he was like, I'm not doing this. This is the story I heard. And then welcome, Psycho Cunt. Welcome to Cooterville. All right, Jana, we're going to catch up. We'll catch up in a little bit on BJ. Stay tuned. She has her on her. What? Nuh-uh. What? Hold on.
How about you do this, okay? How about when you put stuff out, here's the problem. Here's the fucking problem. Oh. Okay? Queen Bee. And all of the people that watch her. How about you do this, okay? How about when you put stuff out to the world, why don't you get receipts? If somebody's coming to you and telling you that I lost my children, maybe you should try to get a receipt and see if it actually happened. Unbelievable. Texas Mama for 6. I'm over it. I don't owe anybody anything.
I have to rewind.
But what I'm not going to do is sit back and let these people.
She's really saliva-y tonight.
What is that? That air conditioner? So loud. Hey guys, welcome. How are you? Hello, everybody. Hey, Mischief. Hey, Carolina Moon. Hey, Triggered. Fuzzball Factory. Fuzzball Factory. Hold on a second, guys. I'm gonna do one thing real quick, if you don't mind. Hold, please. Bear with me.
This is about, I don't know, 5 minutes ago. Hold on.
I have my two little ones. Christian, Neil. Say hello.
Hi.
Okay, I want to ask you, and I'm sorry that I just
Oh
come and
my
grabbed you out
God.
of your room. They have no clue why I grabbed them. Let me ask you a question, okay?
What?
Have you went and spent the night or stayed anywhere besides home lately?
I've only stayed home.
Has anybody made you go stay anywhere else?
No.
Where have you been home 24/7 besides
Yes.
school? Have you even went and spent the night anywhere?
I've only stayed at the house.
When's the last time you went to Nanny's?
Almost a year.
It was Christmas time, I think, right? Didn't you go over there for Christmas Eve?
I
And that
can't
was the
remember.
last time?
Yeah, I can't remember. No.
Okay. Have you been home with Mama and Daddy?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Y'all can go lay back down.
And she did not tell us to say that. Haters.
Thank you, Christian.
And she did not tell me to say that over saying that.
Okay.
Whoa.
That's so sad. Don't say shut up. But that's so sad. Don't say shut up. But okay. So
No, I'm not going to have more problems, Hennessy. Here's the problem. Here's the fucking problem. Okay.
You're the fucking problem. What are you doing? Did her chat like cheer this on? Oh my God. And she didn't tell us to say that. Because she did.
Okay.
Wow.
Queen Bee. And all of the people that watch her. How about you do this, okay? How about when you put stuff out to the world, why don't you get receipts? If somebody's coming to you and telling you.
Did she say go back to bed? Did she get them out of bed? It's fucking 10 o'clock at night.
Lately?
I've only stayed home.
Has anybody made you go stay anywhere else?
No.
Where have you been home 24/7 besides
Yes.
school? Have you even went and spent the night anywhere?
I've only stayed at the house.
When's the last time you went to Nanny's?
Almost a year.
It was Christmas time, I think, right? Didn't you go over there for Christmas Eve?
And
And that was the last time?
Yeah, I can't remember. No.
Okay. Have you been home with Mama and Daddy?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Y'all can go lay back down.
And she did not tell us to say that.
Y'all can go lay back down. They go to bed with that thought in their head. I've always stayed at the house. A year. I never heard a kid talk like that. It sounds totally scripted to me. It sounds scripted to me. Put a 1 in chat if you think that that was planned. She did, Trisha. Remember when she called her daughter at midnight to ask if she'd ever been taken away out of her custody? Wow. You guys all think it was planned? Without a doubt.
Thank you, Christian.
And she did not tell me to say that over saying that.
Okay. That's so sad. Don't say shut up.
Right. He says haters. I have these haters, Neil. And I need you guys to say that you haven't ever stayed the night anywhere else. You're a fucking loser, Brittany. I'm sorry. Where's Craig? Can you imagine sending your kid back to bed after that? Wow. Yeah, he was like, shut up. He was like, haters.
It was Christmas time, I think, right? Didn't you go over there for Christmas Eve?
And
And that was the last time?
Yeah, I can't remember. No.
Okay.
Hey,
Have
Aries.
you been home with Mama and Daddy?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Y'all can go lay back down.
And she did not tell us to say that. Haters.
Thank you.
And she did not tell us to say that. Haters. Why would she even involve? I mean, exactly, SS. I don't care what you think of me enough to involve my kids and put my kids in that predicament.
I want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
Putting your child on YouTube like that is disgusting.
I agree. Thank you, Shelly Ray. So they're still in school, and Craig was hollering last night with a kid that has trouble sleeping. That's, I think, the question was everyone was wondering because their behavior has changed so much, right? It's like it's gone from Craig completely absent, nowhere to be heard except for about the Captain D's, to this. Where were they last night? You know what I mean? She goes from every night, the kids behind her, Mom, Mom, trying to wake her up. Now all of a sudden, Craig is right there, all up in the true crime, pulling articles. It's weird. there's definitely a shift. And now you got your little, like your minor kids. It's all blown up. Wow. And after the shit last night, Nana's, Brittany, don't talk about, I don't want to talk about this. Brittany, I don't want to do that. Unreal.
You, Christian.
And she did not tell me to say that over saying that.
Okay.
Thank you, Shelley.
That's so sad. Don't say shut up. But okay. So, no, I'm not going to have more problems, Hennessy. Here's the problem. Here's the fucking problem. Okay? Queen Bee. And all of the people that watch her. How about you do this, okay? How about when you put stuff out to the world, why don't you get receipts? If somebody's coming to you and telling you that I lost my children, maybe you should try to get a receipt and see if it actually happened. Unbelievable.
Oh, you guys want to see her chat?
Texas
Here, let
Mama
me
of
fix
6, I'm over it. I don't owe anybody anything. But what I'm not going to do is sit back and let these people tell everybody that I lost my children and that CPS took them. You can't make this shit up. Unbelievable. Hold on one second. Give me a minute.
She's so mean. Give me a minute.
And if you know what's good for you, to every single person that's sitting there listening to these people and eating their words, you just eat them up and you believe it. You absolutely believe every word these people tell you. And guess what? You're wrong. I don't have a nasty house.
Yes,
I don't do drugs. My children are in a very good environment. We've had CPS come through here and sweep from my house. They've swept through my house from the front door to the back. My children are happy, healthy, and taken care of. As bad and contrary to your beliefs and as bad as you would love for that to be the truth, it's not. To the people that are listening to them, you're tormenting a family.
No, you're tormenting your own family, you bitch. Don't you dare put that on Queen Bee. Don't you dare put that on anyone who is concerned about your kids. Because clearly they have every reason to be. The only one tormenting those poor boys is the one putting them in front of a mic, in front of a live stream on YouTube. How dare her? Oh my God.
No good reason whatsoever. Why? Because you want some drama? Are you serious? Have you ever even thought for 1 second, hey, what if we're wrong? What if we're saying all this stuff about Brittany and it's not even true? Not one of you have even thought to just stop to think that, to even outweigh the possibility that what you're doing to us is cruel in so many ways.
Oh my God, you're cruel. QB only said someone that BJ confided in said that the kids were staying with the grandparents or something. And again, she said she didn't know if it was true. Of course. But this is what this bitch does. As a reason to exploit her kids. To make more drama. Who does this to their children? She can whine and complain all she wants. Whatever she gets, she fucking deserves.
Cruel. And it's not true. I didn't lose my kids. CPS is not making me jump through hoops. I'm going to play for y'all what she said today, you guys. It's unbelievable.
It's
and yes, I agree.
Unbelievable. You're a shitty mom. Shitty mom.
And for anybody that has a problem with what I just
mom.
did, day in and day out, they sit there and tell people that my children are gone, that I don't take care of my kids, that I lost my children, that I lost them. I have called my daughter and let her tell y'all.
Yep.
And my
you're a
own
piece of
daughter
shit for
has
that.
even told you guys that they've never been taken from me. I have custody of all 5 of them. It's unbelievable today. Because you know what? I don't know. I guess not the rest of the world. I guess everybody else can do true crime. But when it comes to us, we can't. Okay? Because
apparently if you do street views and you do Google Maps,
Kramit.
they're going to show your house. Even though it's a public case and that's where the child was taken, or not, or I don't know if he was taken, disappeared from. Hold on a second. I really want you guys to hear this shit. And I'm not going to stop true crime. I'm going to talk about Sebastian tonight. There's some stuff that
oh shit,
Jennifer Coffindaffer is coming out with, and I don't know what is going on there, but I'm bothered by it. We will be talking about that in a little while, but I just need, like, what is wrong with you, Queen Bee? How many times are you gonna lie? You need help. You really need to go get some help. You are as correct about my kids being taken as you were that I'm on freaking methadone. Both of them are big fat lies, and nobody even wants to
What's
listen.
that, Clue? What did I miss? What did I miss? I don't know. It's called projection. Hey, single. I didn't catch it. What was it? Was it where she said Sebastian was taken? Was it that part? Oh, yeah, I did catch that. I thought she was just flustered. Jay, they're telling you on you saying I'm live streaming. Oh, they are? Rack off, Jay. Rack off? Let's see. Fuck them. Doesn't take them long. Yeah, I think she's just like flustered, dude. She sounds flustered as fuck. Found BJ's Real Gummy Squad pics in Discord. Thank you, Regina. Look at Kitty Catty. They're screwed when Trump's anti-bullying cyber takes effect. Wait, Coffin flipped? No? The fuck? What's going on?
Are you guys not asking these people for proof of these claims? Why? Not even one. Why are you in her chat and in other chats demanding to know where my children are? Who do you think you are? That's not your business.
You make it our business,
none of your business
bitch.
to know where my kids are. And here's another thing, Queen Bee. You want to know why you haven't heard them? Newsflash. I stopped letting my kids say anything on my streams well before CPS even came. And yes, another thing, you freaking idiot. They never were. I was never embattled with or how do I even say that? I never had a case with CPS prior to one of you calling them. That's it. That's all. Never had one before. Never had it. My record is spotless.
No way. Daddy Box Braids was in there? Dude, we need to go to Coffin. What the fuck? Hold on. She's muted.
No, hold on a minute. Let me see if I can find this.
Okay, let's see.
I heard it through the grapevine that her kids went to go live with that grandmama. Girl, your grapevine is busted. Her kids went.
Listen.
I heard it through the grapevine that her kids went to go live with that grandmama. Girl, your grapevine is busted. Your grapevine is about equally as accurate as anything else you've ever said.
What's red alert?
Good God. You never get anything right. There has not, I have listened to you say things about me, tell people things, just waiting to like maybe one thing you might get right. And it's nothing ever. Not one thing you ever. Oh, y'all something. They're all frauds. I'm telling you, their subscribers are, oh man.
Hey, our subscribers are the bomb. Okay.
I'm telling you.
Right. Where is Craig? I don't know.
Their subscribers are, oh man. Their subscribers are so deceived. So deceived. They're all frauds. Everything they say, they tell you about themselves is lies. It's all lies. None of them have any content or any ability to think anything interesting. So they just play all of yours over and over. QB, Clueless, JGW, Trish, No Sense, etc. I know. I mean, I'm sitting over here talking about a true crime case. Bam, there you go. There they go. Talking about true crime or covering my true crime. You know what I mean? They can't even. I mean, there was a small part of me that thought, well, maybe, maybe they will move on and go fight with somebody else. Hell no, they're not interested in that. They want to keep talking about me. I've never even, bruh. But I'm telling you, it absolutely takes the cake. Does one of the mods have that clip? Is there any way that one of you can share that clip with me where she's talking about my kids? I'd like to share that clip. I cannot. Irony Rose says her subscribers are willfully ignorant because they love the drama like soap operas. I agree with that. Well, look, while I try to find that clip, can you guys do me a favor and click that?
Click that thumbs. Okay, let's go over to Coffin. I had no idea this. I want to watch Coffin.
True crimers, welcome to Break the Case.
Oh my God. Oh, what's going on? Law enforcement in the Sebastian Rogers case. Let's clear some things up. Here we go.
True crimers, welcome to Break the Case. I'm your host. I'm Jen Coffin.
Oh, God. I'm backpedal Coffindaffer.
Coffindaffer. I wanted to get on today. Again, this is kind of impromptu for those of you who have notifications and wonder why in the world this isn't more in advance. Behind the scenes, as I have time, of course, right in the middle of the Karen Reed trial, but I've really been looking into, continuing to look into Sebastian Rogers' case. I'd like to continue doing a show on him at least every other week, if not every week. Why? Yes, I understand there's no breaking news per se, but sometimes in law enforcement, you have to go back and you have to review and you have to reconsider what you know on a case. And there's just so many things on that case that have really, really been bothering me lately. And particularly, it comes down to law enforcement. It comes down to, is law enforcement being attentive to this case? Is this case going to end up like a Summer Wells case? What is happening behind the scenes? And I really had to take a moment of pause. I called a good friend of mine who to this day deals with Nick Mick as an investigator, travels to Mexico all of the time. He was one of my first partners as an FBI agent. He's amazing. And then also really look back at the missing cases that I personally handled.
Let me pull up her chat. Hold on.
Really take myself back to that time and space. Fortunately, I never had a missing case that wasn't solved. But there are so many that go unsolved. And when I started looking back at this, I thought, what are we missing here? What is law enforcement missing here that this case not only may not ever be solved, but seems to have never really had even initial clues as to what happened to Sebastian Rogers. And this is what I mean. We have absolutely no video showing that Sebastian Rogers left his home. For those of you, and I'm sorry, I always forget to sort of set up the case. The setup to this case is in February of last year, Sebastian Rogers, an autistic young man of 15 years old, went missing in Hendersonville, Tennessee. The last person to see him was his mother, Katie Proudfoot. He lived under the roof of Katie and Chris Proudfoot. Chris Proudfoot was his stepson. His father is Seth Rogers, lives not far from Hendersonville in Tennessee, also had previously lived in California, but moved to another town, Clarksville in Tennessee, to be closer to his son. And one night he just went missing, went to bed. He was last heard from in terms of a thump from his bedroom, according to his mother, and literally seemingly vanished. And when I say seemingly, I always say in these cases, there's no teleporting. There's no bewitched. I'm dating myself where you twitch your nose and you disappear. There's no UFOs that came in and sucked him up. So I hate even to use the word disappear. But in this case, the clues left seem like he disappeared. Why do I say that? There have been approximately 10 dogs, including one of the best dog handlers and best dogs in the nation, and many other dogs that are also very good at their job and well respected in the law enforcement community. And none of those dogs picked up Seth Rogers' particular scent. Yes, a human scent was picked up.
Seth Rogers or Sebastian Rogers, Jennifer? Are you kidding? Ugh.
Of those dogs picked up Seth Rogers' particular scent. Yes, a human scent was picked up that went to a construction site, but there was no Seth Rogers scent that left the home. Even though, according to reports from his mother, Katie Proudfoot, he left without shoes, and she's certain about that. This was an unequivocal point that she made. He didn't have a lot of shoes, from my understanding.
She said it twice.
And
she said it twice. But she said Seth. Did she say that on purpose?
His mother, Katie Proudfoot, he left without shoes, and she's certain about that. This was an unequivocal point that she made. He didn't have a lot of shoes, from my understanding, and it's clear that he left without his shoes, if you were to believe his mother on this point. And there's really no reason to lie about that point. In fact, it makes it look worse for Katie Proudfoot. So I believe that he left with no shoes. It's unclear whether he had socks or not. He left.
No, I'm saying, did she say that on purpose? Hold on.
Yes, a human scent was picked up that was one of the best dog handlers. And
all right, hold on. This bitch talks in code too.
Best dogs in the nation, and many other dogs that are also very good at their job and well respected in the law enforcement community. And none of those dogs picked up Seth Rogers' particular scent. Yes, a human scent was picked up that went to a construction site, but there was no Seth Rogers scent that left the home. Even though, according to reports from his mother, Katie Proudfoot, he left without shoes, and she's certain about that. There's this.
Dude, she said that pretty directly and said it twice.
This was an unequivocal point that she made.
Do you think she misspoke? What do you think, Sunflower? Do you think she misspoke? She screwed up Chris and Seth too. Melmo says she's an airhead. She's loopy. Yes. Okay.
He didn't have a lot of shoes, from my understanding, and it's clear that he left without his shoes, if you were to believe his mother on this point. And there's really no reason to lie about that point. In fact, it makes it look worse for Katie Proudfoot. So I believe that he left with no shoes. It's unclear whether he had socks or not. He left in the dead of the night. Sometimes she believes between 12:30 a.m. and 6 when she went to wake him up. It was cold that night, although it was really the next night that got freezing cold. This night was in the 50s, still very, very cold by the standards of being barefoot and without a jacket. He had no coat. He had on lightweight, those Adidas type sweatpants with the stripes on the side, and sort of a lightweight type long sleeve shirt. And that's.
I see you guys. I see the chat. They're correcting her, but she's not one to really read chat. She's kind of not really a good streamer.
That's it. And disappeared into the night somehow. He had 2 dogs. They were apparently crated. There's just still not a sign of him. But I want to focus in tonight, and this isn't going to be a long live, but it was just something I've really been bothered by. And that is law enforcement's sort of response on this. And again, pulling back to my experience, and then even calling a previous partner of mine and us really talking about this case. As law enforcement, when you have a case like this, there's no other case talking about this case.
What the hell was what was that noise?
As law enforcement, when you have a case like this, there's no other case. And us really talking about this case. As law enforcement, when you have a case like this, there's no other case. There's almost no other cases you work that pull at your heartstrings like this. Really any case involving a child. But in this case, involving a 15-year-old at the time, he's 16 now, he turned 16 in December. But somebody that is autistic, even though extremely high functioning, you still realize how vulnerable someone with autism can be. And I remember being in those shoes, having a case very similar. I'm not going to talk on it again because I've talked about it several times, but just to say that you live and breathe it every minute when you're working that case. You don't sleep. Sometimes people don't even leave the office. They fall asleep there. They don't go home because they realize the urgency. The minute you get on that case, you've got to work at full bore. There's no time to take 8 hours to go to bed. You need to work, and you need to all work in unison as a team and get as many people on board with it. And you search and you on the background are conducting the interviews and polygraphs and doing everything you need to do to interview all of those who had any interaction. And you're getting those digital devices and you're trying to get that even looked at exigently right away. And there's no part of me in this case that believes that Sumner County, because they are the lead, they were the lead, they still are the lead, that is not going to change. I don't believe they have jurisdiction. It's like Moscow, Idaho, that huge case, Moscow, Idaho, even though the venue's been changed in terms of court, still, nevertheless, the lead investigative agency, when you're talking about on paper, who the lead is, who had the last decision-making power, and the prosecution being local, meaning Idaho as opposed to federal, it always stayed in that venue because you look at who has the strongest venue. And even though many people want the FBI to take over, there's absolutely, in this case, unlike Idaho, there was actually some venue there because Brian Koberger, if it is indeed, Brian Koberger crossed state lines from Washington to Idaho to commit that crime. So certainly there is federal jurisdiction. And not to digress, but I guarantee you, if anything happens in the local prosecution for some reason that is now being prosecuted out of, or I should say it's being tried out of Boise, they changed venue. It doesn't matter. The prosecutors are still the same and the defense team are still the same. But believe me, I believe strongly that the federal authorities would pick that case up, and they certainly have jurisdiction to do so. But I don't want to digress. I just want to say that we have absolutely no jurisdiction right now for the FBI to take this case over. And remember, the FBI wants to work closely with the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation and with Sumner County and their local authorities. This is so important for all cases that federal, state, and locals all work hand in hand and support one another and do everything they can to solve these cases. And so I wanted to go back, and I'm going to actually put up some video. I know I'm really reaching to my technical skill level here on YouTube, but I want to put up a video of the most recent interview of Craddock, which was about a year ago with Nick Byers, who has been on this case from the beginning, and just have you take a look at how strong his stance is a year ago.
Okay, this is too fast for me. I need it slowed down just a hair.
This. Let me get this up.
Why is she talking about FBI and jurisdiction? What is she doing? What is this picture of?
Okay.
No, Seth is going to be mad. They were all like correcting her. It's Sebastian, not Seth. But I heard they get mad. She says the FBI wants to work on the case, but they don't have jurisdiction. Yeah, crossing state lines. Why is she just sitting there? I don't know what this picture's all about. It's a vigil, and it's like Seth and his biker guys, I guess. Wait a second. Hold the phone. There's a house back there. Is that in this picture? Hold on. Let me make this bigger. Bear with me, folks. Look at the house back there. Is that in this vigil picture, or is this like overlay after overlay after overlay? It does, doesn't it, Donna? Like, whose house is that? So there's an overlay of Sebastian in the car, but then we have this vigil. And then is there another overlay with the vigil? Because there's like a random house in there. Clue, where are you? Okay, I'll have to point out the house. Hang on, let me get my handy dandy pointer tool. I got all kinds of things in my back pocket. I'll show y'all the house. Hold on. Okay. So the house is right here. See that? It just doesn't look proportionate to the picture. It has to be an overlay. I don't remember any vigils that. Yeah, I don't remember this either. It looks overlaid. What's up, Lee? It's the picture of Sebastian in the car, and then an overlay with a house, and then a vigil. No, it's not a gazebo. Look, I'll make it bigger. Hold on. Let me get rid of that. No, it's weird. It's weird. Look. Whose house is that? And look at what's over there. What's on top of their heads right there? Like, what's this? Right here. None of this is making sense because then you got people over here. What are they sitting on? Bleachers? What even is this? Who even are you? It damn sure looks like a house to me as well. Why would she have a triple overlay? There are houses across the road, I think. Do you think that this is overlaid, Clue? It looks really strange to me. Strange. Well, she put emojis on there. Don't stop searching. Is that like the roof of a vehicle? Like, what is that? Is it Jennings? I don't know. I don't know, guys. It's weird. These people are like see-through. I want to know what this thing is right here. That is right above their heads. She's got some weird shit going on here. Coffin, who even are you? Maybe it's nothing. I don't know. All right. Yeah, see, she's got the arm and the helmet for Sebastian's army. All right, I press play again. She's still sitting there. Thank you, Pineys. 5 cootership. Honesty, Della, Perf, and Reptile and Thomasina. Welcome to Cooterville.
She says, welcome to Cooterville. Everybody close your leg. Everybody coming in, close your legs.
Close your legs.
Thank you so much, Pines.
1 second.
Doesn't it,
Go back
Terry?
a little bit further.
I don't know what she's trying to do. This is wild.
Thank you for your support.
The porch from that house? Fuck, I don't know. I don't even understand where this vigil is at, to be honest with you.
All right. First of all,
Jesus,
can
lady.
you all hear me? Did you all hear that? I'm going to look down and see. Did you see the video that I shared with you all? You didn't see it. I'm so sorry.
Come
All
on,
right.
she knew
Well,
they
I
couldn't
tried my
see
best
it.
to share it, but essentially, it's regarding that light video. And for me, I've reviewed it so many times, and I know Mob Crew and many
She
other
never
creators
plays it.
have really tried to dissect.
Hold on. She never plays a video. She's got Sebastian morphed again. What is she doing?
And it's just stuck with me. It's stuck with me because, can you hear me now? Okay, good. That's all right. Basically, I just went back and reviewed that video again, the Nick Barris video, which I strongly recommend you all review again. But I can tell you, in looking at that video, I am now more suspect than ever that it indeed might not be as significant as I thought it was. I know I've been very dogmatic about it, but this is the problem. It's so grainy. It is so distorted. It is so unclear as to the angles that we're looking at and the distance and so forth that I am now really starting to wonder how significant it is. In large part, also because of.
I want to say thank you for making it happen.
Who's Doug? Oh, God.
I recommend her last one with Doug. I think she is changing because of it. Doug had valid points. Haven't watched this yet, so not sure what she says.
Thank you for your super chat, Tits McGee.
What law enforcement has said. And law enforcement has specifically said it is not significant. I've always been troubled by that because I know everyone thinks that law enforcement lies to the public. Believe me, I understand that. But law enforcement really doesn't. The FBI just doesn't say anything typically. And law enforcement really does not want to lie to the public. That in large part is why I think you haven't heard much from law enforcement, because law enforcement doesn't have anything to say and they don't want to lie and mislead. And they're going to get pummeled with questions on this case and they don't have anything to say. So they're not going to give a press conference. That's as simple as that. But in regard to that light video, I also looked back at all of Seth Rogers. I've just spent doing this over the last hour, all of Seth Rogers' statements regarding the light video.
Oh, shit. Bing bong. She's been going over Seth Rogers' conflicting statements about the lights video. How interesting. How interesting.
If you look back on the March 29th interview of him that he gave to Pascal, it's the best one.
Oh, look at the chat's starting to get mad. Cinderella, this is making me angry. Bo, BS, BS, all BS. Me and you, I respectfully disagree.
I really recommend you go back and look at that. I would show it right here, but for some reason, when I'm sharing my screen, apparently it's not working. I really apologize. But nevertheless, please go back and look at what he says. He specifically says that he met with law enforcement. He describes it and says, the video we are seeing that Barris got in part, not all of it, that's very short, that the video is much, much longer. And that the video that he's seen, which is the original that law enforcement has, shows depth. It shows how a vehicle turned and was obstructed by bushes. And so it appeared that the light was missing, and then the light comes out. And then as it continues to go, now the lights seem together. He's really, really specific. And he also talks about how law enforcement showed him this in the light, and Mob Crew did something very similar, right? We call it overlaying. I think there was another individual that is a close associate of Mob Crew that Pinchu, I believe his name was, that was very intricate, involved in doing overlays. Pinchu, I believe his name was a close
Pinchu
associate of Mob Crew that Pinchu, I believe his name was, that was very intricate, involved in doing overlays in conjunction with what Mob Crew was trying to do. But the bottom line is, I don't think Mob Crew, myself, Pearls, and many others We don't have what law enforcement has. And that's what makes me go full circle with what I'm.
Did she call him Pearls? Miss W, thank you for 3 months. Jenny, who even are you?
Myself, Pearls, and many others. We, Mob Crew, myself, Pearls, and many others. We don't have what law enforcement has. And that's what makes me go full circle with what I'm going to say tonight. We don't have what law enforcement has. There is a reason that law enforcement literally pulled Seth Rogers in and Katie Proudfoot in and told them that that video, the light video, is not in play. And I know that I, for one, have been pretty emphatic that from what I see on there, we can see those two objects. But as I go back and continue to analyze and look at all we know in this case and really literally go backwards and look from the beginning, everything that's happened, which is what I'm doing. I'm treating it like a cold case. And that's the first thing you do is you start from the beginning. And I just know law enforcement knows so much more than we know. And I don't think they lied to Seth and Katie. Now, some of you may say, Jen, Seth has said other things. You know, I've even tried to pin Seth down when he's been on my program or when I've been on with him. Seth, did they really tell you this? Did you really believe it? And it's interesting because I find Seth to be very intelligent, but also very, very, very vulnerable. And he is someone that wants his son back so badly. He's somebody truly hurting.
She's not
I
really
know there's
flip.
a lot of people, I've seen it all over the place. It drives me insane that just hate Seth. You know, I don't know what to say about that. Everybody has to make their own conclusions. I realize that I think Nancy Grace asked him, you know, what has law enforcement said about that? And he says words to the effect really quick. I think they haven't said anything or words to that effect. And that was after, about a year after. I think that was in January of 2025, that interview. If you guys want to go back to it, I might have it written down the exact date, January 31st, 2025. Well, I think what he's saying, I think he just wants it all to make sense. I think like the rest of us, none of it makes sense. But it made sense to him back in March of 2024. Law enforcement explained it in great detail to Katie and Seth. So what's my point with all of this? Now talking about the light video. I don't think they're lying to us. And I think the biggest problem with analyzing so much of this is we don't have that original video. And I'm worried that what we are looking at and what we are trying to decipher is not the full picture. It's not long enough. It's not clear enough. It's too distorted. And again, treating this case like a cold case file and looking back from the beginning again, looking back at all the dogs that had negative hits, looking back at everything that was negative in terms of search and rescue. All of that leads me to the conclusion that law enforcement doesn't know what happened at all right now, it would seem. At least, I'm going to change that. They don't know the details enough to either make a case and bring it to a prosecutor or to make a challenge to us in the public to give us clues so we can help them. In other words, last seen here, last seen there, sighting here, information about him here. We have none of that. And when you look at all of that, it explains why they are cold. But I don't think it means law enforcement has quit. I don't think it means that they, like all of us, and more so, I will say, care and are trying their damnedest. I know I'm not a cusser.
Okay, so they're more mad that she's backing up LE. Okay. They're saying there's corruption. LE isn't doing anything. Now the story changes. Momming it up says, absolutely, there's a lot we couldn't say. If you go against opinion, you're blocked.
To find.
Ooh, Bobby Brutzman. F that. You're doing damage control, in my opinion.
Sebastian Rogers. I also can tell you this, that on the dog and at night and all of that, I know they are getting clues called into them. Reports are being called in, probably because the amount they're offering now is $500,000 with everything combined. And that's good. Nothing has panned out that I know about, nothing. But I get updates as to what it varies. I'm very limited. I want the updates in terms of what comes in that is then disseminated to the FBI or Sumner County TBI, to law enforcement. So that's my filter, right? A lot might be pouring into them, but for me, I'm just looking at particular leads or clues that are called in and that are then parsed over to the FBI for their consideration, or law enforcement.
Parsed?
And I've looked at a lot of those.
Wait, what?
There are.
Hold up. She's looking at the tips, she says, that are brought in, I'm assuming via dog. And she's seeing the tips that are then sent to Ellie.
Parsed over to the FBI for their consideration, or law enforcement. For me, I'm just looking at then disseminated to the FBI or Sumner County TBI, to law enforcement. So that's my filter, right? A lot might be pouring into them, but for me, I'm just looking at particular leads or clues that are called in and that are then parsed over to the FBI for their consideration, or law enforcement. And I've looked at a lot of those. There are hints and clues and things coming in. Have they led anywhere? Certainly not that law enforcement is telling us is viable. I can tell you on all of them, except for one that came in about a week ago, they've been dismissed. Literally, law enforcement has gone to locations to check out different sightings that haven't panned out, but at least some people are aware that there's an autistic young man in his mid-teens that's missing, and there's calls coming in. And when people see someone that they think could match that description, it's being disseminated to, I believe, both law enforcement and to DOG's 1-800 number. He's a high-profile guy. Some people, I've talked about it before. It's just facts, whether you like it or not. Some people do not want to deal with law enforcement for a multitude of reasons, but they have no problem dealing with a private entity and certainly with dealing with dog. They don't feel any harm is going to come their way. And so I wanted to make it clear that I think information does continue to come in. I think that law enforcement is really working hard with what they have to either work on making a case or working on finding out what happened to Sebastian. I also recently have been looking at what other people in law enforcement, including my former FBI partner,
who's your
reminding myself that this is an
your
autistic
partner?
child. And I have this great clip, and I'm afraid to show it, that I'm not doing it correctly. I'm just doing a share screen, but I'm not getting it to come up. I think you guys aren't seeing it. So
come on.
But specifically reminded that autistic people or people with autism.
Look at this overlay.
Thank you for your support.
Northern Beans, thank you for gifting 10 cooterships. Lydia, Angela, Sam Sarah, Emma Lou, Watermelon, Moonshine, Kelly, Stone Fox, Birdie Girl, 6 Up Media, 6 Up, Rick's RN. Welcome to MF'n Cooterville. Slam your legs shut.
I fell asleep.
They're not autistic people. People with autism, they have an extremely strong will. There's been cases where they will go miles and miles and miles until the point of exhaustion. There have been cases, I talk about it a lot. Connor Jack Oswald disappeared for almost 3 years, living homeless. He disappeared at about 17. It's only a year and a half older than Sebastian or so, and was found hundreds of miles away. Nobody even knows how we got there, what his journey was.
She can't play a video, but she's got overlays. Who made those and why?
2.5 years to this day. That is my understanding. And there's several others. Another autistic, a child with autism that was found in a Walmart bathroom. Another autistic young man who was at a job working, left everything behind and was found pretty far away. This was outside of Phoenix, as I recall, in the foothills, deceased. Had gone all that way. No signs of foul play. They had some video actually on that one, and it just showed him walking. So I have hope. And law enforcement, and I had these clips lined up, has made it clear to this day, they are saying they're not ruling anything out. You know, they're keeping that door open, but they don't have particular information that shows foul play. Now, I've always said, and I'm going to continue saying, this is a foul play situation, and most likely because he still hasn't been seen and he's gone. Am I saying Chris and Katie Proudfoot? No, I don't know that. What I am saying is someone. He just could not be gone for this period of time without being abducted or otherwise hurt by someone. I don't think he wandered away and went miles, and with the huge presence that was involved in the search for him went undetected.
Did she just say what I think she said? That she doesn't think it's Chris or Katie? Look at Seth. Doesn't matter what tips we get if LE agency that is in control of the investigation doesn't do their job properly. You see that? Do you see that? Seth R. Rogers, doesn't matter what tips, quote, we get if LE agency that is in control of the investigation doesn't do their job properly. Do you think that LE is not doing their job properly? He's in there. He's pissed.
But I still keep that as about a 1% possibility.
That's Sebastian in the bottom right-hand corner. What? Okay, this is weird because that's the little icon that Seth uses on his channel. Oh, this is weird. Yeah, it's from Seth's page. That's his watermark.
Gone for this period of time without being most likely because he still hasn't been seen and he's gone. Am I saying Chris and Katie Proudfoot? No.
No. Am I saying Chris and Katie Proudfoot? No.
Still hasn't been seen and he's gone. Am I saying Chris and Katie Proudfoot? No. I don't know that. What I am saying is someone. He just could not be gone for this period of time without being abducted or otherwise hurt.
Oh, y'all, I know. Look, it's Seth Rogers' watermark. Watch. Seth Rogers, Sebastian's father. Watch. Everybody on YouTube gets a watermark that they can put in their videos. Bottom right-hand corner. Look, there it is. Boom. Why does she have the same one, or did she take screenshots from his video? I don't fucking know. See it? Bottom right. I don't know.
By someone. I don't think
I mean, it does. It looks like help me. Fuck. It's weird.
wandered away and went miles, and with the huge presence that was involved in the search for him went undetected. But I still keep that as about a 1% possibility. I really have to keep it as a 1% possibility because of another case I had where everything was searched. But this one, you know, we solved it within 48 hours and found him deceased in a pond. But my point is that that's a 1%. Could he have been taken kind of like a Connor Jack Oswald and worked his way around and continued somehow, you know, on his own? Remember, we have a situation with a child who was not treated well. And I don't know what's happening in chat. I'll put my glasses on in a minute. But
see, she's like, oh, I don't know that everybody's getting mad. She knows damn well what she's doing. So I'm keeping an eye on chat. I will read you whenever. Oh, look at Bobby. Jennifer is changing her whole stance on things. Mad face, says Bobby.
But I have no problem saying that because of what I know. And I think he was treated pretty rough, especially for someone on the spectrum. And so could he have just wanted to never come home? And could he be making his way across the country like Connor Jack Oswald did? It's something we have to consider. But I just wanted to point out that I believe law enforcement is on it. I believe they are doing everything in their power to either solve where his whereabouts are or to put a case together against those they might believe are responsible.
Seth is peacing out. He said, Sebastian strong, Sebastian's army, keep the faith. Be blessed and stay safe, everyone. Praying hands. All these people are saying, I'm disgusted. Hey, Skolnicks.
Again, that lights video, working it from a cold case vantage, which I'm going to continue to do. I don't think law enforcement lied. And Craddock said, point blank, that video wasn't important. And he told Katie and Seth in specificity, please go back and watch that Pascal from March 29th, because we all kind of forget. It's been over a year now. We all kind of forget the facts. And that's why you have to go back and relook and dig. I'm just doubting that that is as significant as we thought. Anyway, I want to quickly look at chat and see what your thoughts are. Prayers to Seth. Craddock also said it could play a role. You know, in his interview, which I had pulled up on, I think it was the 2nd or 4th of April, as I recall, there was inference that it could play a role. I think that's almost the exact words that were used. But I don't recall whether it was he that said that or whether that was Barris. I shouldn't say I don't recall. I believe that's what was.
Wait a minute. You said you just played the clip of Craddock and we just couldn't hear it. Liar, liar, pants on fire. What is she doing?
Said that it could end up playing a role. So is that part of interpretation?
Lolly, lolly, lolly. Get your adverbs here. She's in chat. She's mad.
Anyway, I challenge each of you who care about this case. Let's treat.
Oh, Jen Jennings is in there too. Oh, she's not happy.
This from now on like a cold case, because I think that's sort of how it needs to be treated, at least for us out here that don't have the full picture like law enforcement has. And we need to start from the beginning, look at all the clues that are out there. But do I believe it's foul play? Yes, I do, by somebody. We have so many clues about that. I've rethought also, you know, I was very adamant about the search at the.
I mean, this chick collabed with Mob Crew on this damn video, guys. What in the hell? Oh, he's got to be pissed. They collabed. They dual streamed. Her cooter is on the fence. This is weird, dude. I feel like she's putting Seth in that hot seat, though.
Landfill.
Like, she literally took Chris and Katie out of the equation and inserted Seth Rogers. It's weird. She went back over Seth Rogers' statements about the lights. We all know those statements were contradicting.
Because in my experience, you do not do landfill searches. First of all, you can't do them without a warrant, which means you have to have probable cause to believe that either the person's there you're looking for, or evidence of him being hurt in some way. Some sort of evidence is there related to that missing person. That's what you have to show in an affidavit. Can't wait to read that affidavit someday. But it was interesting in watching last week when I interviewed Doug, who works a lot of missing persons cases in regard to searching waterways. Doug said that he's seeing that more and more. That was something we never did in the FBI unless you had true probable cause to believe something was there. You couldn't just do some sort of haphazard warrant that was like, well, there's somebody missing, so let's look in the trash. But Doug said that's happening, at least in the cases he's been working more often, which made me also rethink this. When you have a set of facts, and as you're looking at a case, when you get other information that comes in, you have to evaluate it. And I evaluated that and thought, is this a new trend? Now, if it is, I think it's absolutely ridiculous, because it would not give a warrant the proper search and seizure type requirements to me, in my opinion. It just doesn't protect that Fourth Amendment that we all have. So I would hope that they don't have some sort of boilerplate language and go in and search. And the other thing is, as you know, they only searched for hours. It wasn't a search like what they did with Quentin Simon. Remember Quentin Simon, even though they had the exact location that he was dumped, because they had the exact dumpster he was dumped into, and then that individual, they knew the exact time it was picked up after he was dumped, and that dumpster driver knew exactly where he dropped it off and poured it into the receptacle that then went to the dump. Can you imagine? That's how much specificity they had. They knew the precise grid locations at that dump, and it took them 5 weeks of searching. The FBI's ERT team.
I'm confused.
The premier of premier, that team that went out there. And
Julie, thank you for your super chat, Skolnick. Y'all haven't been paying attention. Green team strategy change 1 week ago. Do tell, Julie. 1 week ago. What happened 1 week ago? And why is she bringing up Quentin and them searching for 5 weeks? Oh, my God.
And conducted the side-by-side search of that area for 5 grueling weeks. And finally, they found Quentin Simon. So just going out for a few hours, remember, it was several days later. That's never going to cut it to be able to search a dump. It's never going to cut it, because you have to search east, west, north, south, and up, down in grueling conditions. So anyway, that will always...
Why the 360 turn? Coffindaffer has been 100 emoji, Seth. I'm so confused about this change.
You and me both. Thank you, Ishi, for your generous $9.99 super chat. I like your little bear, too. What does your sash say? I don't even understand why she's even talking about this. This is fucking weird.
These bother me, but I'm trying to keep my mind open that maybe this is some new trend that in missing cases, because that's what Doug said, that they're starting to do that more and more. Anyway, I want to see what your thoughts are over here. We can't give up on Sebastian. We need to look at this as a cold case. We need to go back and review clues that we have. Nick, At Night and Dog that are working together. They need to keep working together to provide that venue for people to possibly call in, because they're getting activity. It's just a fact.
See,
and
that's weird to me. They're getting activity. That's a fact. But then Seth says up here, doesn't matter how many tips we get, LE is not doing their job. But back on December 7th, he had the whole Oh, we talk to law enforcement 2 to 3 times a week, don't we, Seth? And why are we taking advice from Doug Bishop? Put a 1 in chat if you know who Doug Bishop is. Put a 2 if you don't. Because I can give you a little quickie on Doug Bishop. I mean, if we're going to go back in history, let's go back in history. 1 if you know him, 2 if you don't. Wow, there's a lot of people who don't. Too many that don't. Doug Bishop used to be with Adventures with Purpose. Adventures with Purpose is a diving team. They started out diving for cars and then started diving for people. They got involved in the Kylie Rodney case, and they made up a whole lot of fuck shit. They had a fake witness. Then it came out that their leader, Mr. Jared, was arrested and charged with molesting his cousin. Okay. So there you go. There's your quickie on Doug Bishop. After what he did in the Kylie Rodney case, I have zero respect. They lied. They made the case full of rumors. They went from YouTube channel to YouTube channel spreading misinformation. And they had millions and millions of followers. Jared Lysick. Yep, that's his name. So that's why I don't take shit that guy says. So she's over here tooting his horn. What's in it for her? Because you know what? People forget. Did you see Julie wants to come up on panel in 5 minutes? I didn't. But she can. Let me know, Jules. Let me know, Skolnick. You can come on up. So, Doug can FDO. Let's finish this off.
Law enforcement, I believe, is also having activity. So
the Nick guy, all of them, shady as fuck. Remember, you are the company you keep. I don't care if they're separate now. I don't trust them. They were all scammers. They all went along with it. Fuck them. You don't do that in a dead 16-year-old girl's case. Period. I don't care what they break off and do. Fuck them. We don't need them. Go dive for coins and cars again. As a matter of fact, go get back in a tow truck, Doug. Because he was a tow truck driver. Okay? Turned fucking diver. Now he's a missing person specialist? No. Fuck that. And fuck you, Doug.
Let's keep the faith that Sebastian Rogers is still alive. And that if he is not alive, that law enforcement can make a case on whoever is responsible for taking this beautiful young boy's life. Thank you, everyone. Really appreciate you all. And until next time, keep his name out there, please.
He's such an advocate. God, it pisses me off. I don't even understand why she did that live. I'm sorry. I'm even more fucking confused. I feel like this was just, I don't even know what. What do you think this shit was? Taking his life? Wait a minute. What?
Law enforcement can make a case on whoever is responsible for taking this beautiful young boy's life.
What? Oh my goodness gracious. Busy mama. We haven't heard much from Dog lately.
On whoever is responsible for taking this beautiful young boy's life.
Yeah, give me a couple minutes, Julie. I want to go over one other story really fast before I bring you up. And then it's on. Just give me just a few minutes, Julie. What in the fuck? I mean, I know that statistics say more than likely he's deceased.
That if he is not alive, that law enforcement can.
If he's not alive, right here. We got to listen to the whole sentence.
Is still alive. And that if he is not alive, that law enforcement can make a case on whoever is responsible for taking this beautiful young boy's life.
So she did say if. Well, someone asked, oh, we haven't heard from Dog. Well, let's take a look at what Dog is up to. Dog and Francie are moving. It's moving day, baby. Me and Francie are packing up the U-Haul and saying goodbye to Florida. Where are we headed next? You'll have to wait and see. Drop your guesses below in the comments. Hashtag Dog the Bounty Hunter, hashtag moving day, hashtag where to next. I can't. I can't with her leggings. I'm just going to leave that right there. Stereophonics? Dude, I don't know. He's leaving his homestead exemption home. I guess he didn't own it. Maybe he was just renting.
For making it happen. I want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
Don't you find it? Or she comes out and speaks after, says nobody's talking about my son anymore, black question mark emoji. Candy Lee Woodward, that is a good point. He was in BJ's chat complaining that no one's talking about his son. That cushion. Oh my God. Distraction, you think? Okay, so yeah, I have an update in the Kesse case. And then we're going to bring up Skolnick. So this is kind of a fly by the seat of your pants live, if you will. So bear with me here. I'll leave you with Dog and the pink camel toe while I get our next piece ready. Hold on. So let me see where our poll stands. 79% of you are not familiar with the Kesse case. I don't know what you're talking about, Lindsay. I'll open up a panel in a second if you guys want to come up. Okay, so Jennifer Kesse. This will probably explain it. Hang on. Today is actually her birthday, you guys. Jennifer Kesse went missing from Orlando, Florida. And I don't remember the exact year, but they're going to say it. I've followed it since it happened. And they have new updates. Her father actually sued the Orlando Police Department because he didn't think that they were doing a good job at all on her case. He sued for all of the case files, and he did his own investigation. Well, we have updates now. Listen, from Florida Department of Law Enforcement is now on this case. It's now out of the hands of Orlando and in the hands of the FDLE, and they have new information. Listen. 20 years. Yep. And today's her birthday, guys.
Jennifer Kesse's 44th birthday.
She is the Orlando woman who was reported missing almost 20 years ago from her South Orlando condo on Conroy Road. She still has not been found, but as Gail Pascal Brown tells us, her parents have received some new information from investigators. And Gail, you spoke with her father tonight?
Yes. And first of all, he wants everyone.
Hold on. Let's let this go through. Thank you, Ishi.
Well, GW was right and told Seth that once another case comes up, no one will talk about Sebastian, sadly.
No one wants to be sued and threatened, so that is on you, Seth Rogers, and I don't feel sorry for you.
Thank you, Ishi. I concur.
Want to know that he's so thankful to the public for helping them for the past 19 years, giving them clues. So keep it up. He also says the family's very excited about what the lead investigator has shared, but there is a lot of work to be done.
It's great news to us. It's great news. It's better than sitting here saying, well, what are they doing? Are they doing the right things? Because they've never done the right things before.
Drew Kesse and his wife got new information Monday from the Florida Department of Law Enforcement regarding their missing daughter, Jennifer Kesse.
All we need to know as parents is that the right things are being done now by the right people to try and find our daughter.
It's been almost 20 years since the 24-year-old Orlando woman vanished from her condo. It was January 24th, 2006. Days later, her car was found parked about a mile from her home, and this grainy image of a person still remains a mystery. Her father said
that has always been creepy. And then it came out later, when you look at her car, there was like marks on the hood of the car, like almost like butt marks in a struggle. And then this footage is like someone with a weird hat on
her home, and this grainy image of a person still remains a mystery. Her father says the lead FDLE agent in the case in Orlando provided some key information.
The people of interest list has shrunk considerably, and they are definitely on a trail of something, is what they're telling us. Secondly, Jennifer's case is no longer considered cold.
Thirdly, he says FDLE
That's huge. I just got goosebumps, y'all. Her case is no longer considered cold. That means that they're on to something.
Able to find evidence that was never tested.
Overall, things are moving forward.
They found evidence that was never tested. How does that happen? Yes, SS. There was like construction going on at her apartment complex. Mm-hmm.
Forward. I heard it in their voice. They're excited, and they truly believe that they're finally doing the right things for Jennifer.
Drew Kesse says he knows now the Orlando office is 100% working on Jennifer's case now.
I think Jennifer does have the best opportunity of being found right now. For good or bad. I don't think Jennifer's coming home alive, but we need to find Jennifer, period.
Today is Jennifer's 44th birthday, is that correct?
It is, and you know what that makes me?
What?
Old.
The family, which is in Utah, will celebrate her birthday at a local restaurant.
We'll raise a glass and have some cake and celebrate Jennifer. Jennifer is not put in a corner or in a closet with us. Jennifer is very much part of our lives. We don't quit. We'll never quit. And we'll do whatever it takes to find Jennifer, period.
The Florida Department of Law Enforcement took over the case in 2022. Tonight, on its social media pages, agents have listed missing but not forgotten. There's information about how you can help with the investigation. Investigators say even the smallest piece of information helps. Back to you.
Crazy. So no, FDLE is kind of like TBI or CBI. We have the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. They're like over the whole state. So yeah, apparently, I mean, her dad was very upset that they hadn't done anything. Yeah, so she was getting ready for work. She left for work, never made it to work. Yeah, like SLED. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But I'm hoping for more news, so we'll stay tuned in for that. And let me go ahead and drop a link. If Julie or anybody else would like to come up, you are more than welcome. Just let me get this set up here. Anybody's welcome. I don't know. I don't really put much stock in the Coffindaffer, to be honest. In the coffin. All right, there's the link. I heard they said she was rolled up in a carpet and dumped. The paint guys, I believe, had something to do with it. I don't think that they ever identified that guy, though. Shit. Okay. No, she doesn't. Shady Lane, stop. Hi, Skolnick.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How's it going?
Okay, so I just sent you 2 texts.
Oh, okay. My
so
phone's like
please check-
about to die, but I can look.
Oh, so there's a video link, and for a it's not a long video, and then there's a picture from X.
Okay. Hold on.
The picture from X I would show first.
All right.
I think
you're
it's
just
from
gonna-
X. It's Smiley, and it says 7 days ago.
Okay. I just had to get my screen set up. So what you're up here to explain to us is what you think is the change in strategy, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, so you want me to
I
pull
know.
this up first
Was
or the video first?
the picture from the picture from Smiley first.
Okay. Hey, is she?
Hey, Jay. Hey, Julie.
I've missed you.
Hi.
No, I've missed y'all too. I'm glad that I can be off tomorrow and be able to participate in a
Me
live.
too. Me too.
Yeah. Do you like my bear? That one's not very cute.
I do. I
made it-
love your bikini.
Well, it's because she's crossing her legs.
Oh, she is.
Yes. And it says Cooterville Chamber. And my little cute bear just said Cooterville Chamber. But that
Oh
one,
my
no,
God.
she's crossing her legs. Yeah.
That's
I knew you'd like
adorable. I love it. I love it.
All right. I know. You're good, girl. I love you too. Y'all are so sweet. All right. I'm going to mute and listen to Julie because I want to hear what she has to say about this stuff. It's weird.
Uh-oh. Am
So someone sent me this. Oh, sorry.
Am I buffering? I just want to make sure we're
Somebody
good.
sent me this. Oh, sorry.
Can you guys hear us? No, you're okay, Julie. I think we're good. Can we get a 5x5 in chat?
5x5. I can
You
hear
guys
y'all.
can hear me, right? Okay, I had to close that. I had to close my other windows out. This StreamYard thing really lags my computer. Okay, we should be good now. All right, sorry. All right, here's the screenshot right here.
Mm-hmm.
It says, I agree, maybe it's time to flood the gates. Do you want me to read it?
Oh, yeah. Well, someone sent me this last week. I know that, by the way, I see I'm looking at your chat tonight. So I see the comments for everybody who's saying, don't trust her.
Oh, just
she flip-flops,
Julie, you got to
blah, blah.
just ignore it.
I just want to tell. I'm just
Don't look at
telling
those,
you,
Julie.
I'm watching it.
I know, but
FYI.
don't. Just don't.
It's rude, though.
But
I'm
if you
trying
have,
to be helpful.
I know.
I'm trying to
and-
be helpful. That's all.
I know.
No,
So
you're
go ahead and be
listen.
helpful.
Listen, I'm going to say this
Everything
right now. Everybody's
Go
going to
ahead.
have an opinion. They're like
No.
assholes. Everybody's got one. So just don't read the chat. Let's focus on what we talk about, right?
So, this is something this is not something I have talked about at all on my chat. I mean, on my channel. But I certainly have noticed it, and people have been sending me stuff all week about this kind of change in strategy, a very, like, literally another 180. So if you recall, as you mentioned, Jay, December 7th, when it was Sebastian's 16th birthday, Seth had a meeting with law enforcement, and then he and Tony came out and said, everybody, we have faith in law enforcement now, because prior to that, they had a contentious relationship, right, with local law enforcement. And they said, we have total faith in law enforcement, and no one is to criticize them anymore, basically. And that's when they told me to take a petition I had on change.org down, which was about Sheriff Craddock. And since then, until a week ago, you are not allowed to, on the green team, you were not allowed to, you were out if you were to criticize law enforcement because they were working with it. And Detective Carter is sending emails to Justin from Clutch Them Pearls and all that stuff.
Right.
And everything's great. Then a week ago, they did this. And I started seeing it. I think this was the first thing someone sent me, which was, this is from Justice for Sebastian Rogers' Facebook page, which is monitored. One of the administrators is Michelle Lee. And it was this thing saying, we need to write Governor Bill Lee for an investigation into Sumner County regarding their investigation into Sebastian Rogers' disappearance. We must demand answers and justice for Sebastian's disappearance. If we don't step up, this case will be pushed under the rug and go cold. We need the FBI brought in, or the U.S. Marshals. So something Seth had said early on, and then stopped saying it, and no one was allowed to say it. And then clearly there was a change, a very big change, because if you said anything negative about local law enforcement or asking to bring in the FBI from December 7th till last week or a week ago, it was, you were
right. And then you've got Coffin coming out tonight.
That was the first thing I noticed. Thing that's come out. In the interim, Coffindaffer is, first of all, I think Jennifer Coffindaffer, which I was surprised that she did a live with Tony and Seth right after I made my video where I talked about Tony's being sued in the Ponzi clawback case. And I was shocked that she went on a live, because this is like, putting it in her face, what's going on. And I'm not sure if it was after the quit claim. No, maybe it was before the quit claim deed. I'm not sure. But it was after the Ponzi clawback case. So maybe she didn't see it because she's not always on top of everything, in a timely way. So I don't know if she saw it or not, but clearly somebody's got to her and, filled her in about things. And she's heard about this change in strategy, probably from the horse's mouth, the horse being Tony Mathis, probably. I'm just guessing, theoretically, that they're going to go after law enforcement again. And she's not down with it. And maybe she's seen some of the stuff about Tony. I don't know. But
well, I thought it was interesting that she said she was listening to Seth's statements, though. So in order to listen to Seth's statements, you'd have to listen to Seth's interviews, which I don't feel like she ever did before.
I agree with that. Well, I do. Yeah. I don't think she did.
Between, since this was like the first thing somebody sent to me, the Smiley statement, which you see 7 days ago, but I'm not sure when she put it up. I don't know the exact date, but it's been a week. So since then, there's been a number of videos that have come out from the places and the channels that literally just push out like prepared statements or videos from at night, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them being the one I just sent you.
This
and if
video?
you wanted to play it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this
Can I
is
just
like,
play the
this is
audio?
explaining the strategy. Yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
Which we would like to ask.
I mean, although
we're
you might
asking
want
in
to
all
show the
sincerity,
picture.
sir, if you feel you are up to the task. You see, many countries around the world are watching you at work, and at this time we are sad to
I don't think
say
you played the beginning.
many consider you a jerk. Many are putting pen to paper.
Wait, whose video is this?
This is what is the name?
Here, I'll just pull it up. Hold on. I just
Yeah,
I
you
don't
wanna-
think
you want to see the.
I know,
you
but I
wanna show
don't
the
think I
picture.
can do. I'm gonna buffer if I do.
Okay,
So
so this is. All right, here it's who is it? This is Seashore Annie at SEASHOREANNIE. If you just put up the picture, you probably can tell what it's being said without even playing the audio, or you can just look at it because it's got what do you call it?
oh no, I'll
But
just
it
play,
explains the
I'll
whole
play the
thing.
audio. Here we go.
Yeah, start from the beginning though.
Dear Mr. Sheriff, we have a question which we would like to ask. We're asking in all sincerity, sir, if you feel you are up to the task. You see, many countries around the world are watching you at work, and at this time we are sad to say many consider you a jerk. Many are putting pen to paper to write down all their gripes. We are hoping you will read them all and then go and put things right. Sir, you have a VIP who's missing. He vanished into the night in very suspicious circumstances. What are you doing to aid his plight? The missing child is now very famous. He is also loved and cherished. Do you care about people with autism, sir? Then make a statement. Now this we'd relish. The impression you're giving is one of nonchalance, sir. Is this acceptable to you? Mr. President is soon to learn of your failings because, sir, with you we are through. A disgrace to the badge, a disgrace to your county, a disgrace to ignore all the tips which are mounting. Hand over the case, put it in capable hands. Your name brings shame right across this land. Say his name, sir, we can't hear you. Your global audience awaits. What will your children think of your reputation when it lies in ashes in the grate? For the sake of Sebastian and your own reputation, are you going to utter a word? Are your superiors happy with your progress? Because the public believe it's absurd. Sir, is the message getting through? We would like you to stand down, hand the sheriff's badge to a man of honor, because you, sir, act like a clown. Unacceptable, Mr. Craddock. Utterly unacceptable in the year 2025. When did you last give a public update regarding Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, sir? When did you personally, as sheriff, last speak the name Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, sir? When did you last cry out for the public's help in searching for missing Amber Alert child Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, sir? If a fellow SCSO colleague's child vanished, please tell us. Would it be acceptable to go a year without the sheriff of Sumner County saying the child's name, sir? You know damn well you have discriminated against a child with disabilities, and in most Western nations of the world, that is a crime. Another one to add to the growing list. Allegedly, and in our opinion, we as a global community are calling for your badge. Signed, Sebastian's Army.
So hang on. Is this Crime Time Buzz talking?
It's an AI voice, and it sounds
Right.
just like Nick's rhetoric.
Yeah.
To be
I don't-
honest, it sounds
I don't
like
think
Nick. Global,
Yeah.
VIP.
Yeah.
What were some other keywords for Nick in there? That's
sorry.
sick.
It's just well prepared and
It's
pushed
AI,
out
dude. It's not well
from
prepared.
at
They put
night to
it's
well,
chat
no, but they have certain
GPT.
channels. They have channels that are pushed. He pushes
No,
it
I
to
get
certain
that.
channels who put it on.
No, I get
Yeah.
that, but what I'm saying is this screams of Nick and
Mhm.
Hong
And
in
AI.
them. Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
AI.
It's all AI, 100%.
Yeah.
It was written by AI and it was read by AI.
Yeah.
Here's the
Yeah.
link. I just
But
put it in the chat if you guys want it.
the message is for it's basically saying, okay, everyone, this is what we're doing now.
Yeah, I agree. Weird.
And that's why I think Coffindaffer.
Oh yeah, the
has
president will know
said-
of you. Come on.
Yeah, the president will know of your whatever misdeeds or something. But
Yeah, that I
that's
see where you're
probably why
going.
Coffindaffer stepped out.
I
That's
see
all.
I see where you're going with that because you don't think she's down with going after LE.
No,
Because that's one angle she's never taken.
right. She's hesitant to be too critical.
No, Julie's not validating any of that. What she's saying is this is their new spin.
Yeah.
No,
She's not saying, oh,
I'm
this is
explaining
legit. Right.
for the benefit of the people who are interested in knowing.
Right. It is
Yeah.
ridiculous.
I mean, I didn't make any of this.
Can I ask you a question,
You guys are
Julie?
listening to Coffindaffer saying, I'm confused. Why? Sure.
Yeah, no, I appreciate
Yeah.
you putting that together.
Yes,
'Cause
of course.
I hadn't seen that short, and that's
Like, where did you? That's what I was wondering. Like, where did you hear that from? Like, where did this come from?
Oh, people, friends of mine have
People
been
said
sending
this
this stuff
shit
to
to
me
you?
all week.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Straight Talker
They've been
said she
sending
saw
it
it too.
because because the people who are my friends are seeing the irony of that they're asking to do a petition when they came after me for doing a petition,
Yeah.
and now they're going to do a petition, except it's 6 months later and their army has been depleted and their whatever colonel has been
The general. I'm just kidding.
the
general.
the second in command, whatever that would be, the next to a general, meaning Tony, has been discredited.
Well,
So
No, I appreciate you
it's
explaining
just
that
something
because,
I think it's something to get a fire under them.
well,
and
I
to
mean,
talk about.
someone else in chat just said that they could tell that their thing changed by their thumbnails this week, and I have to admit I haven't seen, much of anybody else's stuff this week, so I appreciate the information.
Yeah.
Heads up.
Yeah. I mean, it's sad. Like, Julie, this whole thing with Sebastian has been awful. Like, it's all been awful. I know you've been on kind of another side with it for a long time, and then you were coming over here. But, like, all this, I'm sorry, it just comes back to Seth. In my opinion, that's what it does. He's done so much in this case to just mess up everything with people trying to be involved or wanting to be involved and trying to find his son. And it's weird. I mean, it's just weird. Just
It's
to even
weird to me
align
that
yourself.
people go along with directions this way. I mean, it's bizarre. It's absolutely bizarre. Now, there have been people who, despite the orders not to do this or not to say that or whatever, still did what they wanted to do. And, so it's just, it's bizarre that, like, they literally can do a 180 and then everybody does a 180 and all the other creators who are with them do a 180. So Smiley will do a 180. This one, you're going to see different creators.
We've been
also
watching
changing their
this for
stance.
the past year with them since they got involved. This is the pattern we've seen. Now you're seeing it.
Yeah, but it was like a very, like, December 7th was a big turning point, and then now they're turning again. So, but for between December 7th and a week ago, it's been one way with law enforcement.
But
now
Julie, they've been doing this for this has been going on before
I
you
know.
ever got involved, and it's sad.
No, I know before, prior to December 7th, they were critical of law enforcement. Seth had a petition out to get the FBI involved. I'm aware.
We've come full circle.
Exactly.
I think women are sacred. I think you're right. She said, so should we revisit the Pascal interview from March 29th?
Possibly.
Because that's where she was seeing the discrepancies, right? And she even said another thing. that she said that she's never said before. Am I saying Chris and Katie? She says no.
Exactly. And
They've
before she
never,
was,
yeah,
she's never said that.
not
Mm-mm.
definitively like that.
Nope. She's always.
I don't think she. I think she. This is her cutting. That video is her cutting ties.
We shall see, right?
I was going to say, we shall see.
Although she said at the beginning that she's going to continue to make videos.
I mean, yeah,
for Sebastian.
right. But she did say on behalf of Sebastian's army, but she did not talk about Mathis either.
No, she didn't. Her tone was totally different in that entire clip. She was not as defamatory towards Chris and Katie. She just kind of acted like, I'm just going to say the facts of what I know, and that's that. But I mean, I don't trust her. I mean, I'll never trust her.
Now she's got the green team not trusting her, so
which that's a good thing.
God knows how that's gonna go. Good luck, Jen.
Mean, but honestly, like Jennifer Coffindaffer, she's an FBI agent. She, you put a lot of stock in her. And then I remember when the first time I ever saw her was on Pascal's channel, and it was after the attempted, thing with Trump happened, and she went on there talking about her credentials as an FBI agent, how she could be a sharpshooter, blah blah blah. And then I never knew anything about her. And then after that, then I saw this person is involved with Sebastian's case. Like, what are you talking about? And she came up there literally just to talk about President Trump. It was not about anything with Sebastian. So it's always been wild to me how she ever
I've
got
seen her.
involved with it.
I've seen her for years. So she's covered a lot of missing kids cases, specifically Harmony Montgomery. She got very involved in that one. So I've seen her over the years, but I've never seen her wild like this, and it's probably because she got her own YouTube channel. So that's fairly newer to her. She used to just be like a consultant on the crap stations like News Nation.
Yeah.
I don't even think Court TV entertained her.
I mean, Megyn Kelly used to bring her up on there and be like,
Megyn Kelly had Coffin on?
I think she
I don't
did.
know, Jay. I'm sorry. I don't know, Jay, if you've seen the requests from At Night through different YouTube channels for witnesses. They're now this past week have been calling for witnesses for Texas Roadhouse from that night. Just this week, all of a sudden, this past week, they're asking for anybody who ate there, anybody who was there that night, anyone who was there to contact At Night.
Oh my God.
See, I don't even follow their nonsense anymore.
No.
Because quite frankly, anybody who was in that restaurant will probably never see their posts. They make it look like they're global and they're trending and all this stuff on social media, and they're not. They're not. It's all one big farce. You look at it, it's not deeper than what you're looking at on your screen.
Honestly, I'm done. I'm so done. And I've seen this, like I said, people have sent this to me just because of the irony of, like, hey, can you believe this is what they're saying now after, everything. And it's just like, wow. But I've had all these for, a week, and I'm not making videos about it. I wasn't talking about it. I didn't talk to you about it and talk to anybody about it. It's just like, it's out there, and I've just been, watching as a spectator.
Right. No, I appreciate you bringing the info, because I definitely would never seek that out. So I'm appreciative of it. I can't follow their asses. I just can't.
No,
I'm not following either.
Like,
but it is interesting.
But it is, I mean, it's sad though, because like Agent keeps saying, well, this makes people talk about Sebastian. Is that what I see out of it? I don't.
No, I don't either. I mean,
honestly, they need At Night needs to, in my personal opinion, what needs to happen is Tony Mathis and At Night Media Investigations, One World, whatever they are, all of them need to get out of this case, period. All the way out.
But that starts with who, Julie? That starts with Seth.
Yep.
Exactly. He's
So,
the general.
yep.
He can hire him and he can fire him. And, you know, he has, I mean, some people are, they're like Saint Seth. He's a, you know, and we should do whatever he says. So it's, but it's, the thing that is crazy to me personally is you have creators who, they're not dumb people. They're smart people, okay? Who have white knighted for Tony Mathis, even after everything has come out. After everything.
They don't care about
this
that.
Is what
Julie.
I'm wondering. This is what I'm wondering when they have discussed, well, if there ever is a forensic financial audit, let's say, because of the RICO and the anti-SLAPP case, I would be interested to know personally. I have no evidence of this. I'm just curious. I'm just waiting to see if any payments went to creators, because I just have no idea why people who, you know, who understand the difference between right and wrong have been doing so many things that are wrong.
Because I think you're missing the point. I think that you're misjudging their moral compass.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
but I'm saying it's financial. I think it's the incentive must be financial.
Sure. It's growth of their channel. It's financial. It's the instant gratification. It's the promises of getting straight info, you know, new info before everybody else, a direct line to Seth, et cetera, et cetera. Channel growth equals more money, more money, more money.
I guess.
Well, honestly,
feel
Julie,
like there was so much
sorry.
money being taken in. There's so much money that was taken in that we have no accounting for. Literally, they have done nothing that I can see with all the donations that have been made.
Well, they haven't, but that's the thing. You're not understanding that part of it is that, look, Seth has his own YouTube channel. He could have been posting every day, every week, whatever he wanted to do for Sebastian. He doesn't have to reach out to content creators. He's got himself into a mess. And I mean,
he's talking to, people who, you guys were, let's say, Southernish, like maybe, I don't know if you followed me, you know, from the big time I went on YouTube only at the end of November. It's really been less than 6 months, I guess. And, or just watched videos of me through clip channels.
I did, but I'm going to say this,
but
just to be honest.
let me just finish. They said
go ahead.
that I have, all right, I just lost my thought. I was going to say, but no, I have, all right, forget it. I lost my train of thought. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but no, I mean, Julie, look, I haven't liked some of the things you've done, and I haven't, but you know, I think that you are coming around trying to be just observant. I think you were trying to get on a side that you thought that was really not a side. Like, we've always been there for Sebastian. It's just that whoever reached out to you, that's how they drug you into this. That's
well, I came in on I came in on my own, but like it was surprising to me. But I have been in my videos. I have been.
No, I saw your videos.
Critical of Tony Mathis, and
you've been critical of Craddock, and you've been critical of a lot of people. I'm just saying.
I've been critical of and Seth and Tony Mathis, and none of their actions made sense to me. And some people followed me because I was saying out loud the same questions they had. This doesn't make sense. Why are you in Pennsylvania when these women you are suing have no idea where Sebastian is? That kind of thing. But I
Well,
know what you're talking about, and
I know, and you've been like,
and I have learned.
I get it. I'm
My
not
learning
beating
curve
up
was
on
much
you.
later. I mean, I didn't even get into the case till like months. I mean, a couple months in,
Yeah.
before I made my first video on it.
Yeah. Yeah,
On
I just,
TikTok.
I live in Tennessee. I just didn't like the stuff you did on Craddock and that stuff. That bothered me because I honestly don't think that they know what to do. They've done everything that they can. They don't know where the child is. That's sad. I mean, this happens with cold case. I mean, or cases. Period. Now it's a cold case. That's it. So, and it is. But you also have people that have just interrupted this, and just like you contacting the sheriff's department and stuff, that was just a lot for me because I was like, why are you doing that? I mean,
Well,
that day that you
you
did
don't have to
that,
worry about that because they wouldn't call me back. I
I
mean,
know,
I
but the
didn't
time
disturb
that they didn't.
anything because literally I talked to an answering machine.
Oh, I know, and I get that. But at the time that I first had seen anything about you, you had called in, and like, actually, Sheriff Craddock was out there. He was rescuing another child that had autism, amazingly, and he did
I saw it.
find that child. I know, and so I'm not being disrespectful to you. I appreciate you, like,
No.
trying to, you know, wrap your head around everything. But like on this side, it's just weird. Like we just don't. It all goes back to Seth. Like he's just jacked things up. It's unfortunate,
I
and
agree.
cases
I
are
agree. I
happening,
agree.
and people will
I
be
came
focusing
late to
on
the
those.
party about Seth. I really didn't understand a lot because I didn't look into him
Look, I
because
really,
I was deceived.
can I say
Really.
something? I really don't want to rehash Julie's like coming around again.
Yeah.
I mean, fair
Oh
enough.
no,
Is
I
she?
can apologize 1,000 times. It
No,
doesn't matter.
Julie, please don't. Please don't. I mean,
No,
I'm
I'm
honestly
saying
over
I'm
it.
not going to.
Yeah, I'm
She doesn't
honestly
have
over it.
Like,
to.
I'm done.
She doesn't have to,
I
Jay.
appreciate you getting that off your chest, though. I understand you're a local. I understand it hit you a certain way, and
But
I
I still like
definitely
Julie.
right.
I do.
That's why I gave you an opportunity to say what you said, but I just don't want it to get out of hand because the chat's starting to
Oh heavens, no!
Yeah,
Don't let
get
because
the
I'll
chat.
start. You know,
Julie's fine.
and I don't
Julie's
want that. Like I just
No.
want to have a conversation. I think Julie realizes a lot of shit.
She has, and that's why I appreciate what she's doing because I knew what she was doing back then. And now, I mean, she has come a long way, and it's hard when you find yourself in a kind of a trap, and then all of a sudden you realize, oh, this is not what I thought. And Julie, I do think your heart's like in the right place. I do. I
Oh,
mean,
thank you. I
I
appreciate
do.
it.
I don't think that you have any any ill intent. I think you've always wanted to have Sebastian found. It's just it's hard for just looking at Seth and all the things he's done, it's so disturbing to me. Just, I mean, he's messed this stuff up, and he has. He's allowed himself to be led, and it's not been for the benefit of finding his kid. You know.
Yeah. I mean, there was a good amount of time that I was under the illusion that Seth was being manipulated. And then I realized, no, he really is calling the shots. Like he really is deciding. I mean, in some ways he's also been lied to, but nonetheless, he is deciding everything. But I was thinking to myself, the problem is Tony only. But even today, even if Tony and at night stepped out of this, Seth would continue with all the dysfunction that he has brought.
Okay, can we talk about something else that Coffindaffer said? Because honestly, we all know Seth has created a whole fucking shit mess,
Right.
and it's all on him. But back to Coffindaffer saying a week ago, which surprisingly, Julie says a week ago the tables turned a little bit. A week ago, she said a valid tip came in.
Mm-hmm.
Did we all hear that? Now,
Yeah.
where is she getting this from? I don't know.
She's been in communication with At Night, and she's in communication with Tony Mathis. She's in communication with all of them.
Who even is she? I've always thought she was like a shill.
It's
I don't know.
I haven't learned much
Have you ever thought of that?
through her information.
Hey, have you ever thought that maybe she's like a plant?
No.
I've wondered that.
Because you know
Jay.
what? She's had how many different positions with the FBI that she's told us? 3. 3 different positions, according to her.
I really, I don't know. I really don't know, but I know that she is. I really don't think she's a plant. I just don't think that she's, she stays on top of the information, and who is who. But, she's FBI, and yet she has access to ways to do background checks that none of us could ever do. And she's chosen, even after, knowing this person is, doing this or has been to prison or this one, still associating with them. I find that very suspect.
Well, I mean, you got to look at it this way too, right? If she is backing away, you got to back away carefully from motherfuckers like this. Just saying.
Yeah, totally.
So
I think she went out. I think she made that statement in the beginning about continuing to make videos, whatever she said, monthly or weekly, on Sebastian to ease, to soften the blow that was coming. Which
But here's
is
my thing.
blowing him off.
Here's my thing with her. Okay. If she's an FBI agent, retired, whatever, how did she get involved with at night, period? Like, what is that about? Unless she's a plant. Sorry.
She referenced working with Dog the Bounty Hunter. when
why would
she
an
interviewed
ex-
him early on?
Yeah. She's talked to Dog before, though. But Dog's like a paid person. Like, you can get Dog on your show if you pay him. You know what I mean? That's not really that impressive to me. But what's interesting to me is why would an ex-FBI agent fuck around with a guy on parole?
Exactly.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Why? Why would she?
Who's
after
a
she
known
knows-
informant?
Exactly.
I don't know.
It's bizarre. No, it's either
deeper than that, or-
Ignorance. It's
Yeah.
either ignorance or it's corrupt. One of the two.
Right. It's either deeper than that or she's stupid. Exactly.
And frankly, the way she does her lives, I think it's the latter. I don't think, when she mistakes Seth and, and Sebastian or Chris and Seth, I think she really does. Watching her lives, I mean.
Sony says, I don't respect or validate her credentials. I've never even seen her credentials. I mean, how can you validate something you've never seen? Because
I tried to look them up.
to be honest with you, when it came up on a background check that I was sent, the FBI stood for like whatever her business is with the firearms, according to her work history. But I don't know if the FBI actually puts that shit on, a public database, if you will.
The only videos only lives I've done talking about or reviews of her videos or talking about things she said was, so much misinformation that she put out about autistic children has pissed me off a bit.
And
I
why
have
would she
criticized
want to
her on
be a
that.
YouTuber? You know what I mean? Like, what's her
Yeah, it's weird.
end goal? Like, she's on the Drunk Turkey show talking about Idaho. She's over, she's calling pearls. Like,
Yes, that
it's
was
weird. Right?
Weird.
Like she doesn't. I don't think she knows what they are. Like knows the like she just knows the pearls. Like she doesn't.
No, I think she knows.
I
You
think
think
you're.
she knows?
I think you're dumbing her down too much. Yeah.
Maybe I
she
could be
knows.
wrong. I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
I think
Literally.
she's a good
I mean,
actress.
I could be wrong.
What if I
it's
came
one-
on the
like I
scene
said,
and
it's one of the
started
two
over
things.
Julie and said I was ex-FBI?
Listen, if it was, like I said, it's one of the two. There's something wrong, corrupt, a plant, a spy, whatever, or it's ignorance. So I don't know, frankly, which one it is.
Yeah,
but
and you know what?
it's
She
not-
was caught
it's not-
trespassing in the Karen Reed case too on Ring doorbell. So
Yep,
I
she
just,
sure was running away
I
in her
don't
little
know,
cape.
man.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's not behavior of an FBI agent. It's not. That's not behavior.
No, it's not.
It's not. I don't know who
It could be a
she
plant.
is.
Hey, you know what? Could be a plant. You never know. You never know. You really don't. Because here's the thing, like there is a lot of crazy stuff that goes on YouTube. And I would think the FBI would want to know some things, you know, just out of curiosity. So they might make a creator. Who knows?
I don't know. I just find it bizarre. I can't with her. I can't with her. I don't know who she is.
She went. I mean, I think this was, you know, for her, this was kind of crossing the line strategy, and she just wasn't down with it, and she's cutting ties here.
Well,
but there's a lot of videos like the one you saw that looks like AI. There's a bunch of them out, or other channels, and it's
Well, that's Nick's
there are a
title.
number of videos.
Nick's like the head of AI at night.
right.
Oh, he's
And-
the head of everything. I mean, there's only like a couple, you know, him and Hung. So.
Yeah, but that's what's
Well,
sad. Like they, I mean, they've just jacked so
Wait.
much stuff up on this.
T-Rev paid her $500 to come on his show.
Yeah, I think he did. I think I saw that. Yeah, I didn't know that, but I think I did watch some of his older videos and stuff, like before he's, you know, the famous DoorDasher of Nashville. And yeah, I did go back, and then I couldn't believe she was on his show. So that was before he moved here. So
Nash, I ain't paying her $500 to come on the show. Fuck that.
I wouldn't pay her for nothing.
Uh-uh.
I'd buy her a different cape to run around in.
That's
maybe.
crazy.
I know. I don't know. It's just all sad. It is. It is. But interesting.
It's interesting to see now where people will go.
Well, it's interesting to see how far people will go, like her.
But I'm doing it from the bleachers.
You're right. I want to see proof that she was in the FBI, not some random
in the-
fucking Photoshops.
I do too.
Bleachers.
Like I've looked her up
this point.
and like I can't find a
It's just
Julie, I don't think you can hear us.
I don't think she
I
can.
just see it. So I, you know, and
Julie, can
I
you hear
saw
us?
the confusion, but let me, yeah.
Julie.
Not adult.
I don't think she can, Jay. Can you hear me, Jay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I don't know. Julie may not
Okay,
be able to hear us.
Julie.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Julie.
I said,
Julie.
I said I had kind of a rough
Julie,
week,
Julie,
so
Julie.
I think
Julie,
I'm gonna
Julie,
drop down
Julie,
now.
get your adverbs here. She can't hear us. Julie, 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 get your adverbs here.
Oh my God, stop it, Jay.
Julie, 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 get your
Yeah, I
adverbs here. Can you hear me?
can hear you.
You can?
I can hear her now. Well, I think. Say
We're
something,
having problems, Julie.
Julie.
I can hear.
Oh my.
Julie's having problems. Here, let me type in the back chat. Can you type in the
Oh.
back chat and tell her we can't hear her? I know. I'm snacking over
I-
here.
Okay.
Is it loud? Try not to be loud.
No, I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you do that.
Can you let her know? Is she?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
I'm not like UA, but I can
Marco Polo, Julie Skolnick.
Hang on.
Hold, please.
Stop it. Oh man. Does Julie know how to read like the back chat?
She should.
Okay, well she's not responding.
Probably trying to figure her ish out.
Oh, she just dropped. Okay. You know what? Just off the rails here. I love it that you call me Ishy. And I'm glad I got to change my name.
I
I do.
absolutely love the bear. She's sexy.
Well, I had to do it because I had to have your legs crossed. And I was like, well, the chamber. But I had another bear, but that was different. Then I have a really cute one that probably
Hold
you
on,
might
hold on.
have.
Is it
Oh.
illegal though to say that you're ex FBI if your acronym for FBI stands for like first bonus investigations? You could still say, "Oh yeah, when I was with the FBI, when I was with the FBI, right?" Couldn't you say, "Hey, I got a business that has the acronym FBI. Fuck off." What do you think?
I mean, shit, I don't know, girl.
Well,
I mean, but it's possible, but I just have never seen, I just can't find stuff about her. Like, it's just very vague. Whenever I look her up, Jennifer Coffindaffer, I just
well,
can't.
right. I mean, it's just wild, right? Because I think it's I don't know. I shouldn't say that.
But on Pascal, she was saying she was like a sharpshooter. She would do this stuff. And then I remember Clue and them saying she managed cattle. She was like over cattle.
Agriculture, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, well, what? Okay. Well, that's not what
Julie,
she
you
was
didn't
saying.
come across rude at all.
Oh, no, Julie, you didn't. You dropped off, but we couldn't hear you.
Yeah, towards the end there, I think that you couldn't hear us and we couldn't hear you. Feed the world beans, Julie. Fuck them.
Jay.
Seriously.
I know. I get it. I'm just glad I got to catch you on live.
Me too.
My gosh. But like, okay, where do we go from here with Sebastian? Because I don't know where you go. Like, there's really nothing else to
Nowhere.
do. Exactly. That's sad. Like, even Smiley doing this, like, okay, report to Governor Bill Lee. He's not going to do anything. I mean, when you did that thing with Michaela, her name was Rhonda Michaela, whatever, that night, and she was talking about Marsha Blackburn, they don't know anything about that.
Right. Sorry,
Well,
I'm munching over here.
no, you're fine, but they don't know anything about that. Marsha Blackburn, look, I used to run her campaign when she first got started in politics in Tennessee. They know nothing about that. I don't even know what she was talking about. I mean, her and
Are
Tila.
you sure, guys, that sorry, I'm reading chat too.
Go
I'm
ahead.
listening to you though.
Go ahead.
Are you sure, educated opinion, she's been on Dateline? I'm sure she's been on Cuomo because that's a freaking News Nation. They don't validate shit.
Well, I'm trying to think of who it was. I thought it was Megan Kelly, but it may not have been. But it was somebody. Dang it. They said, oh, here's our oh, it was probably, oh, what is it? No, that's not her. I'm trying to think of who it was that was like welcoming her in and like being like, this is our
I
girl.
couldn't see Megan Kelly interviewing her. I'd be
No,
surprised.
I'd have to, I need my computer to Google it. But like, it was somebody, and I was shocked. I was like, oh, wow. They have Jennifer Coffindaffer. They're just like, she's like the best at what she does. And I was always just surprised by that. Because to me, I mean, I don't know if she did anything or not with the FBI. Who
It's
knows?
wild,
All these
right?
people are actors or involved in acting or, I mean, it's weird how they all had just like Jennifer
And then into
Jennings.
missing people, right?
Right. So why are they doing that? Like, that's weird. None of that makes sense. It just doesn't. I mean, why are so many people that are involved in this case are either actors, have a acting company, or they are just like, they're moving here because they need their child to be a what is it? A double for Sebastian? That's weird as hell. Why? Like, none of it makes sense.
Mm-mm.
None of it does.
But I've never seen her partner up with anybody like other than doing like, sit-ins on someone's show like Chromo or
Ah.
I don't know.
Oh, wait. I'm somebody's problem. I just got a call from Blackburn's campaign. Okay. Well, what did they say? I'm curious. 'Cause
What? Who's Blackburn?
Marsha Blackburn.
Who's that?
That's who Michaela that night was saying that, like, she was willing to try to pull.
Oh,
Yeah. She was willing to pull, like, warrants and stuff. I mean, Marsha can't do that stuff. Listen, Jay, when, Cheadle, FBI, that Detective Cheadle, who was over that whole Trump thing when he was almost, taken away. Marsha Blackburn was the woman in that video, and I know you saw it because I think it was on your channel. She was the one that was behind her, like when they had to go to, I don't remember what it was, some sort of Republican event or whatever, and she like was following her, and she's like, "You better answer us. You better answer us." Like, that's Marsha Blackburn. That's why I love her. She's awesome.
she's a blonde.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. She's beautiful.
Yeah, I do remember her.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Julie. Julie said you're always respectful, especially. Well, she says I'm a total professional, but I'm eating right now, so I'm not right now. But you have my admiration. Thanks to all the mods in chat. Good to see you all. Have a good night. Thank you, Skolnick. Thank you for your
bye,
super
Julie.
chat.
I'm sorry.
And
I hope I didn't attack her.
No, you didn't. Thank you for coming up and explaining that, though, Julie. Keeping me on the DL. Thank you.
Well, I don't know, Pretty Hate Machine, why you think Marsha's horrible, but okay. I don't know.
Politics. We ain't
I
going to
know.
get into all that.
It's all dirty and nasty. But I just knew that when you were talking about Michaela talking about that, I was like, she's not going to be doing that mess. Like, stop. She's not. It's just weird. This whole case.
Julie, there's a lot of people that need to be unblocked.
Yes.
Amy Bradley, In the Pines.
Sonny? SONY?
Yeah, Sonny. Who else?
Very true, Sonny.
Check Coffindaffer's IMDb. Those are self-made, though. You can't trust that.
Yeah.
I have an IMDb. All right.
Anyway, moving on.
Moving on. Since my computer's effed up, I don't mean to boot you, but I'm going to go back to BJ.
You can boot me. Go back to BJ.
But I'm so glad that you got to came up. Come up.
I'm glad you got to came up.
No, it was nice chatting with you. I'm glad that you came up.
Me too. And I'll talk to you later. I'm going to go back down then.
All right, girly girl.
Thanks.
You. And thanks again, Julie. Bye. Bye, Ishi. All right, let's see what's going on the beach front. Let's see what's going on the beach front.
Really stabbed and multiple times over a simple
Oh, Jesus. She got Kim and Crab.
You can hear it slightly. You can hear it slightly in her voice, right? Like it was.
She's
she was
showing
starting.
Queen Bee. Oh, she's looking for troubles. Look at this. She's playing news reports of Queen Bee with Crafton up on the panel. Oh, she is cruising for a bruising. Holy shit. I hope you're prepared, BJ.
To singe her vocal cords at this point, but like it's still. I don't know.
I
Like
hope so, because who would want to fake that voice?
How do we know this is really her, for freak's sake?
That's her.
You think so?
I do. So Sinners.
Yeah, it sounds like her.
Sinners got one of her up in the wild. It was just it was a different video. I put the link in the back, but no.
She's just dropping it down.
She got.
To be cool.
Do you think so, or do you
Yeah.
think she just?
That's definitely her voice.
You know, her crack pipe finally caught up to her. I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, no, if you take that person there, here's the difference. You take that person there standing